computer is barfing over the mist, let me know. Okay.
Oh yeah, Violet and Marina were talking in the spa. That's right.
That's right. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of With Disadvantage. It's episode 12 of our Solstice campaign. I'm your host and DM, Chev, and with me today, we've got a full crew. Well, we're missing Deranged, but he hasn't been able to join for quite some time. So I'll just, as usual, I'll go across the top here. We got Violet Agrippa, played by Bryn.
Hello.
Sakir Aru, played by Boris.
Oh, fuck, we're all here.
Sam Blade, played by Rainbow.
Hello.
Audavon, played by PJ.
Hello, everybody.
Marina Vitae, played by Bunsen.
Stay safe from coronavirus.
And Alora Wakuda, played by Mirama.
Hey.
Welcome back, guys. It's been a little bit of a hiatus.
Hey.
My tokening game's messed up. I'm a question mark with a line through it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? I'm just kidding. Where are you looking? Because
I'm looking at the map of the Wakanda Tower.
Tower. Wakanda. I mean, he's not wrong.
Well, he is, but he isn't.
Okay. It looks fine on my end, so you're just going to have to deal for now, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know what else to do. Well, I can try and delete it and then put it back. But I'm not sure that will fix it for you. Did that fix it?
No.
Nope.
I didn't think so. Okay. So you may just want to try reloading the map, or if you have to reload the whole game, that's fine. But it's not a big deal. Okay. So if we recall, last time you guys turned back on the water, and is anyone else hearing me echo, or is that just something weird on my end?
Just
No,
weird
we
on your
I
end.
don't hear it on your
Okay.
end.
All right. So you guys turned on the water, and Marina made her way out as the water spilled into the ancient chamber that you guys opened up. But you managed to get the door closed behind you and fly out into the solar springs and meet back up with the group. And then you guys made your way back into the Withhelm Kingdom and went straight into the spa, most of you. And then Elora, Sam, and Grandpa Willie, you guys all made your way to the Wakuda Tower. And so far, you guys haven't encountered anybody who was freaking out about the water. You guys have avoided the rest of the castle and the kingdom, so not much interaction with anybody since having turned the water on. You guys messed with some environmental and weather controls, and we're concerned about that, but it looks like you guys were fine. At least as far as you can tell, nothing seems odd now that you're back outside. And so that's where we left off. Audavon, you just got a haircut, I believe. Or someone got a haircut.
Yeah, I just got a haircut.
I gave Audubon a haircut.
Naya's sitting there waiting for you. Sakari, you're taking a bath in the river behind the spa there. Violet and Marina, you guys are inside having a chat and a relaxing little day at the spa. Dragthar's just kind of waiting out in the lobby, twiddling his thumbs. And then Elora, Sam, and Grandpa Willie, you guys just finished dinner, and I think everyone went down for the night, right? Didn't we take a long rest?
Yep, a long rest.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so it's the next day, and we're going to go ahead and start with Elora and Sam. Elora, you wake up at your usual time. The sun's coming through the window, and you feel very refreshed from the day before. And right as you wake up, Grandpa Willie, you open your eyes, it's peaceful, there's birds singing outside, and a sunbeam coming through the window, and then all of a sudden, Grandpa Willie slams your door wide open, and he goes, Elora, you must get up! Quickly!
First ice cream. Because he scared me.
Come, Elora, come!
What's
We
the rush? I just woke up.
We must meet with the king!
Oh, okay, alright. I'll need 10 minutes to grab my things.
Okay, and then Grandpa Willie steps over to the next room. There's a guest room, and he slams open the door in there, and he says, "Whatever your name is, get up!"
I'm pretty sure, isn't he still just as the goddess?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's awesome.
that fixed my reloading. Fixed it, by the way.
Oh, good.
I wake up and go, "Hello, Gramps."
Hello, whatever your name is. Come on, come. Get up. You can't stay here if we're not here with you.
All right. I didn't plan on it, but okay.
Okay, and so you guys start getting ready. Where would you guys have ended up? Is there a place to sleep over in your spa, Marina?
Yeah, I was figuring that basically down here would, since I see beds on the map.
Okay.
It's probably like sleeping areas.
Okay, so everyone
Probably
would
more than
crashed over here.
Yeah, probably more than 4 beds, I imagine.
Okay, yeah, we'll just pretend. We'll just put everyone kind of down here. There's more rooms down here than the picture gives it credit for. That's fine.
Or I'm sure some people wouldn't mind sleeping in one room with 2 separate beds.
That's true.
Yeah.
True. Okay. All right. So, Audavon, you are the first one to wake up this morning as the sun comes through one of the little slats in this the wooden wall of this spa where you are
Well, the
sleeping.
sun's always been coming through.
Wait a moment. I thought Grandpa Willie was the first one to wake up.
Oh yeah, you're right, Bunsen. I always forget. Yeah, he was, but he does not with you guys.
They're over
Wait a
at
second,
Wakuta Tower.
Yeah, they're at a totally separate place.
We're at Wakanda's
Oh,
tower.
gotcha. All right. Let's see. Grandpa Willie. Oh, right. You're right.
Are you
Okay.
totally on a different page? You're in a totally different area from Grandpa Willie.
I you know what? I forgot that Grandpa Willie and Sam Blade and all them slept over at Wakuta Tower instead of the spa.
Yeah,
So that's
I
why
just
was
said all
lagging
that,
behind,
but
now I'm
that's
with
okay.
you guys.
Can you hear us, PJ?
Yeah, are you listening?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, we hear you.
I just want to make sure that you could hear us and you just wasn't coincidence just talking about the same thing.
Oh shit! The last. Okay. If I have Discord over the oh shit, what's it called? Fantasy Grounds, then it seems my voice seems to come through fine. If I have Fantasy Grounds out front, it like really messes with my output. Anyway, yeah, what I was saying is I forgot that Grandpa Willie and
Yes, I know.
the others slept.
We're on the
with
same
it.
page now.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna get out of bed, and I've stayed up half the night trying to think of my way out of this. And the first person I'm gonna seek out is Naya.
Okay, so Naya and Dragthar, you guys have all slept in the same room. Dragthar just kind of slumped over in the corner. Oh my gosh, why can I not? Every time I try to grab his token, it grabs the whole map. Okay, he's kind of slumped over in the corner. You two taking the 2 beds that are in the room here, and then they're both asleep. So Naya is still curled up on the bed. Dragthar is still snoring super loud in the corner. Dominion. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. So yeah, I'm gonna turn to Naya and I say, Naya, I've been thinking about this all night. I think I know what to do about the water and the Dominion.
Naya doesn't wake up.
Hey, Naya. And I'm gonna like whip her with my back 3 fingers, like
Whipper, all right.
Yeah, like whip her leg. You know,
Okay.
Not
All
trying
right,
to cause any
what?
damage, but I
Audubon.
know she has a tendency to lash out with a knife towards anybody who wakes her up. So I'm gonna like tap her leg and then step back so she doesn't stab me.
She just looks around, kind of bewildered for a second as she gets her bearings, and then she turns and sees you sitting on the edge of your bed, and she says, "Oh, Audavon, what's going on?"
Okay, listen. I've been thinking all night about what to do about the Dominion and the water and how to get out of here. I mean, we need to move quickly. And you and I both know that the other 2 kingdoms militarily stand no chance against Queen Neral's army.
Dragathar lets out another big snore in the corner.
Tiefling, do you mind?
All right, so you shouted that at him?
Yeah.
Okay, so he wakes up with a start, and he hits his head on the back wall that he's slumped up against as he's startled awake. And he's and then Violet, you are shaken awake by the wall shaking as Dragthar's head hits it.
Fair enough.
Rise and shine, Satan beauty.
What? Whoa! Why can't we sleep until we wake up on our own?
Because we've got stuff to do. You've got a cause, remember?
He gets up. He stands up, kind of straightens out his jacket that he's got on.
Okay. Is everybody here?
You guys are Anaya, and Dragthar in a room by yourselves.
Right. What I mean is everybody present and awake?
You mean Naya and Dragthar?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Are you guys awake?
They're both awake, looking at you, man.
Oh, I didn't know if they still needed a second to get their bearings.
Yes, Adavan. Tell me what is your plan?
All right.
I
So
wanna
Naya,
listen to
as
the
you
wall.
know, there's a little bit of internal strife in the main. The name of the game is gonna be divide and conquer, and I'm gonna need your help.
Violet, did you
I
say
mean,
you're
as
listening?
you know,
in?
you have a very close
Yeah, I wanna listen
relationship
onto the wall.
Okay.
with the Goliaths. I'm going to be calling on you to use that.
Your
Um,
voice is really
I'm going to
choppy.
need you.
PJ.
Am I coming through clearly? Because
Your-
you're not coming through at
Your
all.
voice is choppy as hell.
Say again?
Your voice is choppy as hell.
Yeah, I'm breaking up. Awful. And I think I know why. Might have to switch to my phone.
That's
See.
fine.
You know what? I'll bet if I close the map, it'll solve these problems. All right. Speak now.
Yeah, you sound much better now.
Yeah, you know what? Whenever I'm running the map, it just destroys my
Is
output.
it
Like,
must,
I have to
maybe
do
it's the effect. Hold on, I'll turn the effect off.
All right.
There you
let's
go.
see. All right. Am I coming through clearly now?
Yeah, you are. It must be the mist.
Okay.
That's a shame. It was so pretty.
Yeah, that's so weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you still using that old laptop or the new one you got?
No. This is my new laptop, and I mean it runs everything well except for Discord, and everything seems to affect Discord.
All right, and Violet, you are able to hear super clearly as Adavan's not talking quietly, and the walls are very thin. Okay, continue. Sorry.
So I need you to speak to Grotosh, and I mean, really, what we need is an internal battle.
Why would I? Why Adavan? Why would I reach out to the Goliaths?
I gotta close the map. Hold on, you're still breaking up.
Hey, jeez.
Say that one more time.
Why would we reach out to the Goliaths? They will surely alert the queen.
No, I don't think that they will. The queen has shown preference over goblins and orcs to the Goliaths for a long time. And from what I understand from my contacts, Goliaths have had just about all that they can take. I mean, anytime that there's a fight between a Goliath and an orc dies, the Goliath gets in trouble. If the Goliath dies, there's no repercussions for the orcs.
You want to sow discord among the Dominion.
Absolutely. That is...
This is a risky proposition. And then right as he says that, he's kind of wiping like crusties out of his eyes as he's still trying to wake up, and he trips over the edge of the bed, and the bed gets kind of slammed up. There's like a couple inches of space, and it gets slammed up butted against the wall, and you are now awake, Sakar.
Yeah, maybe you ought to just sit down until you're fully awake.
I'm awake. We
You
cannot
have
sow
devilish
discord
and
among the
good balance.
Dominion without risk of alerting the Queen. We don't have time for a plan like this. We
I have a
must
plan
stop
for
them
that
from
as-
taking the water.
I have a plan for that as well. And you need to understand, and you ought to understand, having lived in the Dominion before you left, that the other two kingdoms combined cannot stand up militarily to the Dominion. They don't have a shot. It will be a slaughter. And so the best bet that we have is to just try to set the Dominion back. And as you well know, nobody wants to be the kingdom to break the peace. And so I have 2 contacts that I'm trying to reach out, that I'll be reaching out to this morning. I don't know how much you remember about the Dominion spy network, but I'm fairly close with a lot of them. They tend to tie closely to the Dominion. And I have a couple of spies who are friendly to me and are a little bit disgusted with the Queen's latest actions, trying to
So, Adavan, I reach out to Grotosh. I enlist the Goliaths that I tell them we're coming, and I enlist them to help us thwart the Dominion. What should I tell them? What is the plan?
If they see fire in the west, let them know that the orcs are in discord, and that if they want,
we must disrupt the orcs first.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. And Devil Boy, you're going to be coming with me on that one. And we're also going to enlist the help of Violet. We're going to need all the firepower we can get. But
very well.
Let me worry about the Queen. I'll reach out to my contacts. I'll trace her positions. And
what of the goblin army? Nero can throw many goblins our way, and not without a care about whether or not they survive. They're well armored.
Let me worry about the goblins. I have a plan for dealing with them. And my prediction is that if everything that I do goes according to plan, nobody's going to have to worry about any army. The Goliaths, the orcs, the goblins are all going to be fighting each other, and nobody's going to have to break the peace. This is what I'm going to explain to the king. I just have to make sure to execute this well. I'm going to need your help.
We need to use everyone here. So Violet is coming with you and I, correct?
Correct.
What of Naya? Naya is going to go speak with Grotosh?
Yeah, I'm going to send her to go speak with Grotosh.
What of our bird friend, Sakar?
With Sakar, I want Sakar to form an expedition with all of the others to disrupt the water.
Sakar, Marina, Elora, and whatever that other annoying fellow is.
Yeah, he likes to be called Blue, but everybody
Blue.
knows his name is Sam by this time.
I prefer dipshit, but whatever.
To him, it's Piritesh Jr.
Don't even start with me, Adavan.
But whether we succeed or fail, the water needs to be disrupted. We'll send them down the main tunnel to destroy the pumps and disrupt the water operations of the Dominions.
Well, Adavan, if I'm to contact Grotosh, I must leave now. It will take the majority of the day to get in touch with him.
Yeah, what I was thinking is we can ask the king for his fastest horse. You think that will save you time on top of leaving a few hours early?
It will, but I will be risking being seen traveling into Dominion territory in such a rush.
You do what you think. You do what you think is best.
I think I will try and get in contact with our network. See if I can find a more subtle way to get through. It'll take slightly longer, but but I think that would be a much better idea. We do not want Queen Nero to see us coming.
Do so and send Manoa and Horatia to King Wilhelm's chambers to meet us after we have an audience with him.
Very well. And so Naya leaves and kind of hurries out the door.
All right. And as for us, we have a date with the king. We need to speak to him, and we need to recruit Mr. Racist Willie.
Very well. Let us gather our friends here. And he pounds on the wall. Violet!
I immediately fall back and just squeak.
Come, we must see the king. Wake Marina.
You know what? Is stealth in your vocabulary? I'm having second thoughts about having you accompany me down.
We don't have to be stealthy here.
Sneaky?
Time is of the essence. Everyone awake! He yells.
I'm a heavy sleeper. Can you roll to see if he wakes me up?
Sure. What's the DC on how heavy you are sleeping?
13.
All right, you do not wake up. So he steps out into the hallway, and with behind you, Audavon and Sakir, you are awake. Have you been listening to the conversation?
I have been just a little bit tired yet. Didn't quite get a full night's sleep, but
I'm gonna turn to
I heard
Dragthar.
enough.
Okay. Are you going to step out into the hallway?
Yes.
Okay. So you step out and you meet everyone out there. What'd you say, Audavon?
I'm gonna turn to Dragthar and say, "Let me worry about Marina. I don't want to wake her up too roughly. I'll go in there and give her a gentle rise and shine."
He gestures forward, like with his hand, like go.
So I'm gonna open the door to Marina's room, and I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion to create a sound right by her ear of "Wake up!"
Oh my god. Can you roll to make sure it doesn't rupture an eardrum? I'm kidding. I'm sure that wakes me up.
Yes, you are
United.
now very startled as you fly out of your bed.
Can I roll to see how high I jump?
You hit your head and then you fall back to sleep. You pass out.
Alright. I jump very high up.
Yeah, so
jumps out of her
you just
damn
about hit the
skin.
ceiling as you jump out of your skin. Yep.
I'm startlingly look around
You-
and look at the door and I see Audavon.
You land back down on the bed, and there's just like steam coming off of you as your watery essence is being boiled away.
And I'm going to turn to her and I'm going to say, "Marina, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have an audience to the king. Will you please hurry and ready yourself?" And I'm going to step out of the doorway and continue down the hall.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way out of the spa and head toward the castle. Grandpa Willie drags Sam and Alora in tow. So let's go ahead and close these maps. And let's find... Let's see. What's the easiest way to do this? Solar planes. And then the king's chamber is right there.
Man, Soul's
Okay.
taking a motorcycle to the king? That's awesome.
I know. I heard that in the they're flying down the road, and I thought, is that so far off as to not play through the headphones or not? I guess it did.
And believe it or not, I created a bunch of NPCs, but the one I didn't create is the king. So,
Oh my gosh, that is classic.
yeah.
You know what that
figures.
tells me? That tells me that the king is not long for this world, therefore he didn't bother with it.
No, he's just not like such a. We don't talk to him a lot, so I just didn't think about it.
Sure.
So, have I had a chance to confer with Grandpa Willie yet?
So Grandpa, you guys walk in, and Grandpa Willie and Alora, as well as Sam, kind of just behind Alora there, has walked up to the king, who's not seated at the back. He's kind of walking down. Let's see. Hold on, I forgot I have paint in this one. Let's get bright color. Okay, so I'm gonna put little circles for where there's some guards. So there's 3 guards here, 3 guards here, and then let's just do like an orange, and the king is here.
And when I have my first opportunity, I'm going to cast message to Grandpa Willie.
Okay, so, but hold on, before you guys have stepped in, so Grandpa Willie has approached the king, and he just says, "Your Highness, the water has been restored. What do you have us do? You sent for us." And the king looks at Grandpa Willie and he just says, "I have dire news. The Dominion has tried to steal the water and is trying again. I do not know how to stop them. We are vastly outnumbered. Our ranks are not prepared for full-on war, for full-scale war with the Dominion." And then he's still kind of shaky, but he seems to have composure compared to the last time you talked to him, Alora. And so you're standing behind Grandpa Willie, and the king is just looking very concerned, but still, more composed than before. He's not freaking out anymore. "The water has been restored somehow, and I'm not sure how. You say you restored the water." And
I
then
wave in the back.
Yeah, you guys walk. This is about the time you guys walk in. So you guys walk in right behind them.
So then, yeah, I'm going to cast messages at my earliest opportunity.
Okay, and the king looks behind you guys and sees the rest of them, and so Laura and Sam, you guys both obviously you follow his gaze, and you see everyone else walk in behind you, the whole rest of the group.
I cast messages on Dragthor and I say, "Don't worry, Paradish is here, honey."
Dragthor just tries to his best to shrug it off.
As I see the king, look towards where my companions are coming in, I kind of do one of those arm gestures, and I say that my companions and I have all had a hand in restoring the water, but we do have important things to talk to you about.
My private message to Grandpa Willie is: you need to confer with Dragthor and myself right now. Excuse yourself. And we need a moment to speak.
Pardon me, your Highness. I must confer with our new arrivals. And he steps down the carpet, and the king just kind of taps his foot a little bit as Grandpa Willie walks away. You are interrupting a meeting with the king. You realize?
I look at the king and I say, "Do you recognize his face?"
The king looks at you and just says, "I know not of this face. Who are you?"
Thank you. I'm Sam, but thank you.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Grandpa Willie. Listen, I have a plan for dealing with the Dominion. You need to trust me, and if you don't trust me, trust him. But you need to give me a warm introduction. Make His Highness trust me, and give me an opportunity to speak.
Roll persuasion.
All right. And let me just. Oh, you know what? I forget. You've got the skills all lined up and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just make sure that my leveling up and screw that up.
No.
Persuasion is plus 10.
Yeah, you're good. Just click the persuasion skill.
Oh, cool. All right.
Nice.
Bitchin', 17.
Okay. Grandpa Willie is kind of frantic and doesn't really know what to do right now, so he thinks for a minute. Very well. Your plan better go off without a hitch, or it's my head on the line. And then he steps forward.
Somehow I'm very comfortable with that.
He steps forward to the king, and he just says, "Your Highness, Artavan here, a messenger of the Dominion, would like to execute a plan. But he helped us restore the water, and he's been very trustworthy ever since. And apparently, he's not in the Queen's favor. So he has asked me to put in a good word for him."
Wow, that was clumsy. King Wilhelm, if I may, former diplomat of the Dominion. I consider myself more of a freelancer now, but my allegiances don't matter as much as the news that I bear. As you know, your little army of gardeners have no chance against the Dominion. If you would like some military statistics, I'd be happy to provide them for you. Goblins with armor standard that beats the best armor that your smiths can make. Orcs, Goliaths, and orcish berserkers who kill other orcs.
We're outnumbered. I already know this. What do you want of me?
You're not only outnumbered, but you're outgunned in every sense of the word.
Very well. What do you want us to do?
What I need you to do is I need you to send Mr. Tongue-Tied over here over to the Dry Lestons. It is my suspicion that the first thing that the Dominion's going to do before they break the peace is try to recruit the only other kingdom in this area against you. If they have the other kingdom's blessing, it'll make breaking the peace less egregious. So
why would they reach out to Trelesta? I have intelligence that they're about to steal the water themselves without their help.
Of course they are, but they still need food, right?
I suppose.
They don't grow crops in the Dominion. The Trilestans are important no matter who prevails in the struggle between Wilhelm and the Dominion. They're stealing your resources.
The Trilestans are not so easily swayed.
The Trilestans, I know them well. They have no love for the Dominion.
No, but they do have a love for themselves, and they do. I believe that self-preservation is an instinct that they possess, and that they can see the writing on the wall as well as you can. I would still send Grandpa Willie over there and just ask
Why
them not to
me?
take.
Why do I have to go to Trelesta? The last time I was
Because you're
there, I
his
was thrown out on my ass.
Okay, then kill him and send one of his children over there.
Pardon me.
Well, are you ready to saddle up then?
I don't answer to you, Dominion spy. I'm not sure why I put a good word in for you in the first place. Your Highness, I bid you not to listen to this fellow.
Because you're a frightened fool and you don't know what to do. I know what to do. So, Your Highness, as the second part of my plan, take no further actions until you hear from me. This is a well-kept Dominion secret, but there is dissension within the ranks. There is.
I will not stand here and be told what to do by a Dominion peon in my own chamber. If I decide to do something about this attack, then I will act accordingly. I'm not going to heed your words. And I have no worry about what Trelesta is up to. We have kept a peace for more than a millennium.
Yeah, but so has the Dominion. Nobody's ever threatened to break the peace like this before, and I advise you not to be the one to do it. My advice to you, as somebody who was recently close to being executed himself by the Queen and has no love for the Queen, is to sit back with your little army of gardeners, protect your walls, and let me work on capitalizing on the discord within the Dominion. I have my team right here, and what we could do is spare you the burden of having to break the peace and set the Dominion on course for a civil war that may last decades. They'd be effectively
your
removed from the
dire
strategic...
predictions notwithstanding. I do not agree with your opinion on the outcome. However, I just spilled my whiskey all over my desk.
Oh, that's why the king's been acting so weird. I wondered why.
Oh my god, it's all over me. Holy shit.
I just imagined the king starting to say that first.
if I weren't buzzed, I would probably be crying and crying.
So I can't believe it.
Don't ruin your highness. And if you don't believe me, take the word of my counterpart here, Mr. Dragthar.
Well, hang on. Let's let the DM take care of himself.
Let's a 5-minute break, guys. I need to get a towel. I'll be back in a minute.
All right. 5 minutes. So I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hold on.
Yikes! I'll take the chance to refill my water.
This episode should be titled "How Not to Talk to the King."
Yeah, no.
I mean, to be fair, any episode that involves a long monologue by Adavan is usually called "How to Lose Friends and Alienate People."
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm gonna get some orange soda for my vodka feedback.
I just realized I have a fuck ton of pizza rolls I can make.
You do.
Should I?
All right, Biscuit, bedtime. Yep, go get ready for bed.
I don't know. I'm probably going to intervene. Audubon's on a crash course.
Well, he's also kind of assuming that Grandpa Willie is gonna, like, because we aren't very charismatic. We're not diplomats. We're really smart, but we're not very nice.
Except,
well, I mean, here's the thing: he is the diplomat, and he's turning out to be the least charismatic of the group.
No. There is one other. There is one other diplomat, arguably, and that is my character, who is
What's happening, baby? I'm back.
Pastor, and also somebody who's dealt with the ruling class heavily. So we have two diplomats, arguably.
I'm back. Who's the other diplomat?
Hi.
There's Audubon.
Okuda.
What?
Ooh.
What were
I
you
was
gonna-
actually, Marina was considering jumping into the conversation and saying to the queen, basically, I recognize that Audubon is a little abrasive, but he did help us.
Well, I was already making that step towards because I realized, oh no, the ship is sinking. The ship is sinking. I need to fix this.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I was. I'm gonna have to ask to roll because as far as role playing goes, I'm starting to. I feel the tide's starting to turn against me, so I better do something about it.
Yeah, doesn't help that
And
the
my
king
stats
spilled
are-
whiskey on himself.
And my stats are beefy.
I mean, so are mine. It'll work if we work together.
Yeah. Advantage and a huge buff.
By
Ah,
your
and I'm
words
getting-
combined.
And I'm getting crunk, baby.
You getting crunk?
Yeah, I haven't had this much to drink for a while. What about
Oh.
you guys?
Oh
Yeah,
my god, I can't
um,
believe what a mess that
breathing.
was. Holy shit.
Everything okay?
Oh, shit.
It's it got everywhere.
My keyboard is now
It soaked my
whiskey
shirt,
scented.
my pants, my underwear,
And
my
it's all
chair,
over
my
face.
desk, my rug.
How big of a bottle did you
It wasn't
spill?
even that much. It's like a little mug, a tiny little mug, and it was half full.
I'm imagining this is like the bottomless mug, and it just
Right?
flooded
That's
your
what I'm like.
entire mug.
Holy shit! I'm like, how much liquid can fit in this little cup?
Oh my gosh, I believe you just because like every third or fourth dinner, my little boy spills his little cup of milk, and it's like, how is there that much milk to spread from such a small cup?
Yeah, that's okay.
Your son might have a drink.
Is
TJ, your son might have a drinking problem.
is everyone ready to continue?
Oh, you guys want to hear
I
something
think we're
funny?
waiting for someone still.
Oh, we
We're
are.
waiting for Mirma.
Oh, okay.
So I was at my sister's wedding, and one of my sons was like, my baby was sipping like some soda, like just took a little tiny sip of soda, and my sister's like, "Oh, is that what you like? You're giving your baby soda to drink?" And I turned to her and said, "You should see what we'd let him drink at the house." And her reaction wasn't as funny as my grandmother, whose jaw fell into her lap. Like, her face was priceless.
See,
Oh my gosh.
I'm lenient on soda just because, like, I have ADHD and I self-medicate with caffeine. And, like, I can't do coffee because coffee gives me migraines.
I can't do coffee because my heart doctor doesn't want me to.
Fair
Oh
Yeah,
my
enough.
actually-
gosh.
My heart doctor straight up doesn't want me to have caffeine in general, but
Johnson, that is the saddest thing I heard. You have a heart doctor? Why do you have a cardiologist?
heart palpitations.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man.
I get palpitations when I get anxious. Every time.
I don't do
get palpitations
coffee.
during sex.
I don't do coffee either. I just drink it.
I've been getting into the iced coffee a lot lately.
Fair enough.
I love iced coffee.
Like, I used to sometimes get coffee, but I didn't like a lot of coffee, and I didn't like it very strong. I usually got, like... I would get, like, certain kinds of coffees with certain kinds of flavor profiles, and then it was just like, oh, yeah, you just drink coffee, now you've got a migraine for the next 3 days. Enjoy your bed.
Okay, I
I'm
gotta
like,
fess up
okay.
to you guys. There's a guilty pleasure I have to admit to, and that is Mickey D's iced coffee, the vanilla flavor.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
who would have thought that would actually be good?
It's pretty good.
You know,
I was
I tried
actually-
the iced coffees when they first came out, and I thought they were disgusting. And then I tried it again a few years later. I'm like, holy shit, this stuff's amazing. I don't know what changed about it.
Okay, do we have everyone?
I think so. Is it you
no,
that were writing
no,
on?
Boris is going to be back in just a sec.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He was
Chef,
grabbing snacks.
Yeah.
if I have to do an in-game perception roll, that's fine. But what's up with the room here? I just realized there's barrels. It looks like there's like marks everywhere. There's a broken table in the corner.
Well, I didn't make this
the-
map for one, but
Oh, okay.
Well, the
6
king
marks for
gets
guard.
drunk and he
The-
falls
the-
on the table.
the goal was to have the chamber, like the Withelm Castle is not like super well maintained. Like they keep it clean and stuff, but like they're not like you guys haven't been to Trelesta, but Trelestans are known for, you know, basically their gaudy architecture and everything. And over here it's just like, oh, let's just put the barrels over there. Oh, the table broke. Oh, we'll clean it up later.
Do I know what's in the barrels as a character?
You could probably guess.
It's whiskey.
It's
They're all
water.
filled with whiskey.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it water? Why are
Yeah.
they keeping water here?
Oh,
Oh, I forgot to ask, has the king taken a bath yet or no?
Yeah, I was wondering that too.
Yeah, I was
yes.
when we first got here, if Marina got a chance, she was going to ask, hey, did you take a bath yet?
Yeah, so yeah, he's definitely not pungent anymore.
That's great, actually. In character, could I like make an insight check about, like the state of the king? Like as
Sure.
you said, despite the situation, he does seem better and less shaky than he was before.
oh, holy shit!
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight while we're waiting for Boris.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
So go ahead and roll your insight check. And then the king, before his puppet master spilled whiskey all over himself, was about to say that your dire predictions notwithstanding, but I do not have a current plan. Therefore, I will give you 48 hours. After that, I will presume that your plan has failed, and I will begin to implement whatever we can come up with here and execute.
Make it 72.
48 hours. That's all you have.
Can I roll a persuasion check on that?
Sure.
Okay.
What were you going to say, Violet?
Oh, I was going to step forward and go. I would be willing to vouch for the additional time
Yeah.
because as far as I'm concerned, the enemy of your enemy is your friend, and if we divide them, this won't be a war. This will be a cleanup.
48 hours, and then I will expect a check-in. If there's a check-in, and your plan is going as you expect, then I will grant you an additional 48 hours. If I do not hear the check-in, then I will presume that your plan has failed.
All right, Your Highness, I'm gonna need a room.
Here in the castle?
Yeah, a meeting room.
Oh, a meeting room. You can use the what was it called? The Grand Study. And he points across the way and across the hall from behind where this chamber is another door. So like this way.
All right, let everybody in your service know, your guards, your servants, whoever. If anybody comes inquiring about me, they need to meet me in the Grand Study. I'm expecting 2 guests.
Okay.
Very shortly.
Very well. Take up head to the study and wait there, and we will direct anyone your way. In the meantime, we will be preparing our troops in case your plan fails.
Are you arming them with hedge clippers, or do you have some swords?
You trying to press your luck, Dominion?
Jeez.
No, that was just
I'm-
based off the military advice from Grandpa Willie here.
I
I'm going
suggest
to-
you keep your mouth shut and listen to
I'm
the
gonna
king.
put my hand on Adavon's shoulder and then bow and say, "Thank you, my liege." Like, come on, shut up.
I'll take you a
done.
bow as well.
All right,
Sure.
and Marina, you are able to tell the king has definitely regained control of his faculties. He's no longer nervous, and he's still paranoid about what's going on, but he definitely seems to be back to being a leader instead of a hot mess.
I'm going to give a bow and say, always a pleasure, Your Highness.
Now get out of here before I change my mind.
Happily.
I would like to wave to the king before I move.
Okay.
As like a sign of like, it looks like you're doing better. I'm happy to see that. but without saying that out loud.
Okay, you wave, and he just looks at you.
And then I nod and I head out.
He
I
just
look at the
watches you
king
head
and
out.
I bow and I say, "Your Highness, I will bring you his head if he fails in 48 hours." And I walk away.
So, at my earliest opportunity, I'm going to turn to
then-
Alora.
Sakara just kind of stares coldly at the king, and then, without saying anything, turns and struts out.
Okay. All right, and go ahead. I linked the grand study map in the chat there. You guys can pop that open.
Alora, you need to persuade your grandfather to ride for Trilesta.
Ah, very well. Do you have need for Elora in your plans?
Yes, I do.
We're not exactly very persuasive people. We're advisors for the royal family. We're not diplomats.
Yeah, I mean, you're free to take the ride with him, but I could use your combat prowess in the next phase of my plan. I'm going to break it down for y'all right now.
I could really use
So-
the company if you could spare young Elora.
All right, I can spare young Alora.
Come, Elora. You are free to choose, Elora, which you would like to do.
Hold on. Is Grandpa Willie asking me to stay home and kind of leave what's going on, or
No, he's
is he
asking
just
you
trying
to come
pull-
with him to Trilesta.
Oh, okay.
And while you decide that, Marina's gonna pull over.
You know what? The more and more I think about it, I don't know that Grandpa Willie here could persuade his way out of a wet paper bag. Maybe you should go with him, Alora.
Or maybe we should just send Jagathar.
No, I need Dragthar.
What do you need me for?
Firepower.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Very well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Alora
I
and
walk
Grandpa
over to-
Willie, we need to
stand
make
with
sure that we
Grandpa
have
Willie.
no surprises from Trilesta. And so I don't necessarily need you to persuade them to take sides against the Dominion. I just need you to persuade them to not take any side at all. If you can persuade them as far as to go against the Dominion, by all means do so. But if nothing else, just make sure they don't go with the Dominion. Because we should be able to handle what we need to do without any outside help. And you know what? Now that I think about it, Grandpa Willie, do you have any elite military forces within your kingdom?
Oh,
Anybody that's held above the ordinary soldier?
well, we have he who distributes the gardening tools.
Somehow that does not garner any confidence. Okay, away with you.
Very well. And he starts to head towards the door, and then a little peon comes running in from the other room and whispers in Grandpa Willie's ear. And then, very well. Thank you. Yes, give the king my thanks. And he sends the lad running out of the room.
Okay, so for the rest of you, we are waiting on a couple of my friends from the Dominion Spy Network to join me. They're going to advise me on the Queen's positions.
Young Elora and I are free to help you out in your plans. The king is sending in a diplomat that I didn't know we had to Trilesta in our stead.
I'm going to make a insight check. That sounds contrived.
Okay.
Would it be insight or would it be perception? I'm sorry.
It would be insight.
All right, so I'm +5. Rolling.
Yeah, he seems to be legit.
Okay. All right. Well, then, Grandpa Willie, I'm gonna send you out in search of anybody that can swing a sword or an axe as opposed to hedge clippers. And as for you, Alora, you are going to be part of what I will refer to as the B team. You, Marina, Sam, and Sakaro I need you all to work your way down the main tunnel and sabotage the Dominion's water stealing apparatus that pumps through
You
any means
want
necessary.
my granddaughter to just walk in there and sabotage their most prized apparatus?
I put a hand
Absolutely.
on Grandpa Willie's shoulder and said, "Grandpa, I am well suited for this type of task. Making the journey to Trelesta to try to convince some nobles. There's no way I'd succeed at that."
And
Just-
Grandpa Willie,
Yes?
you're a little bit past your prime, so I wouldn't expect you to go down there and fight, but if you can find any meat shields, or better yet, competent soldiers, to join them down there and assist it, I would like you to put together a small team of your best and brightest. They will need all the help that they can get. Because you were very correct in that is going to be a
Very well, I will
very
see if we can
contested path.
bring anyone with us, and I will attend. I will stick by your side, young Alora.
And Dragthar, you and Violet are going to be coming with me. And initially, if what we are doing works, then Alora, Marina, Sam, and Sakaro shouldn't have as hard of a time as it seems. Hopefully, we can draw everybody's the care. Whatever. I don't speak to a lot of giant turkeys around these parts.
For the head of the Audubon Society, you really are bad about birds.
I look at Director. I say, "Don't worry, honey. I'll be sending my love from a distance, and my blessings."
Just wait until you return.
Yeah, you giant question mark.
So
Yeah.
what is this?
I don't mind sending Piritesh Jr. down a dangerous path, but you both are going to come with me. And if I can predict the Queen's movements well enough, we should be able to draw the orcs, Goliaths, courtesy of Naya, and the goblins into fighting among themselves hard enough and viciously enough to where the path down to the water won't be nearly as contested. And if we do our job well, then we might even affect a regime change.
Excuse me. I raise my hand.
Yes.
What is this tunnel that you want my group to go to?
What is what?
What is the main tunnel that you want my group to go to?
The water tunnel that was just that.
Yeah, so directly beneath the main canal for the water, there is a tunnel built by the Dominion with pumps and other apparatus to steal the water and repurpose it to the Dominion pumps. And basically, they were planning this entire time to steal all of the Wilhelmian water supply. And
Thanks
You
to
know-
Thelbian intelligence, we have an adequate map for entering their main chamber. Beyond that, we do not know what the chambers look like. It's too bad we
You know,
couldn't have
we
your
never thought-
friend Naya.
never thought to interrogate the gardeners. Oh my gosh, that's where you've been hiding your spies this whole time.
Well, if there's any anything to do with water flooded areas, I'll
Yeah.
certainly do my best.
Wonderful. So, the two people that I'm waiting on are members of the intelligence community of the Dominion, Manoa and Horatia. Naya was supposed to send them our way, and their job is going to be to advise me of the Queen's movements.
And just as you say that, they both walk in.
Speak of the devils, and they shall appear. Horatia, how the hell are you doing?
Artavan! It's been so long!
Yes, it has. Yeah, how's the family?
Family's doing good. I mean, it's the Dominion, you know.
Yeah, I completely understand that.
Doing
Staying
good
out of the line
and
of fire?
opinions sound like they shouldn't go in the same sentence.
Yes, well, it's relative. That's why I said that. Is your bird always this smart?
No, he's usually
Even
a lot
sharper
dumber.
from a couple hundred feet away with a bow.
Threats. Yes, this is a great way to start off a meeting.
Yeah, ignore him. The rest of the group is nice. Oh, there's Manoa. Hey, Manoa, how you been?
Hey, Artavan.
Yeah, I know you're dying to retire.
Yeah.
So,
Let's. Are we about to finally take out the queen?
take her out. I don't know.
Oh, we're taking out a
but-
date now?
Yeah, ignore him.
Pretty sure we're your only two friends left there. She's gotten rid of everyone else.
Oh wow. Yeah. So here's what my plan is. I need you both to advise me on the movements of the queen. I need to. I'm going to impersonate her before the Orcish berserkers. Now, is Frigat and Pargle, are they still around?
Frigat definitely still around. Not sure about
Well-
Pargle.
Okay.
We've been out on assignment. With the way the queen treated you, we've been trying to stay away from that Dominion territory as much as possible.
I understand. Horatia, have you seen Pargle around recently?
I same as Manoa. I have been out on assignment.
Okay, so do you both remember Pargle?
Indeed.
Ambitious little fuck. He's always been eyeing up his leader's position.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and see if I can incite a duel among them, and I just need to make sure while I'm masquerading as a queen, the real queen
the
doesn't
ritual
show up.
duel.
Exactly.
Well, but
Exactly.
you want to try to get Pargle to seize power?
No. If things go according to plan, I'll end up killing them both.
Yeah. Oh. Kill them both. Wonderful.
Absolutely.
But
So-
if Pargle wins the duel, he takes his place.
Yeah, if Pargo wins the duel and he takes his place, there's still a few things that I can handle from my position to influence him in our direction. We'll put it that way.
All right. Let's do this thing. Let's move on out.
Aldevan,
Okay.
I don't think he'd last a year as leader.
What?
I think someone will try to assassinate you before a year's over.
Can someone please try and assassinate him before the year's over?
Oh, am I wrong? The way
Gladly.
he talks to people?
Dragthar steps forward. Is that part of our plan?
Unfortunately not. We might need him if we get hungry enough.
True.
So, so Dragthar, Violet, I'm gonna need you to be on your stealthiest behavior. We're gonna be going deep into Dominion territory. I'm gonna need. Is Grandpa Willie still around? Where is he? Grandpa
I'm
Willie,
still here.
go find me your trashiest, bageriest gardener's clothes. I'm gonna need them for Mr. Tiefling and Miss Fire Queen here.
All right, he steps to the door and then kind of beckons over one of the little servants and whispers in his ear, and the guy runs off.
Audubon, I'm going to give you a piece of advice. Specifically about dealing with the king for the next time you have to.
Yes.
I understand that your people have a thing about bluntness, but there is a real reality that here our king is a little proud, might be a good term, potentially. It's better to convince him that something is inevitably his idea or push him towards something much more gently.
You know, normally I completely agree with you. But under the circumstances as they exist today, I felt like I didn't have time to tiptoe around his ego. But the next time I speak with him, I will definitely be more polite.
All right, are we going to
So-
stand around all day, or are we going to get a move on?
No, we're gonna get a move on. So we, as soon as our clothes get back, you and me are gonna set out for the headquarters of the Dominion, where we'll be able to find generals and stuff, and other high-ranking personnel. And the rest of you need to make a move for those tunnels.
So, just to be clear, Audubon, you, Violet, Dragthar, and your two new friends here? Well, old friends?
No, I'm gonna send them off to keep track of the Queen through whatever channels that they can.
Okay. So that
Yeah.
you're sending them back to their network to keep communicating with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep communicating with me. Let me know where the Queen. Yes, please keep in communication with me. Let me know where the Queen is at all times, and we'll handle the rest.
Very well. All right, Adavan. Look forward to hearing from us. And then they both step out.
Question really quick.
Sure.
Is that a giant book back there?
It looks like it.
Well,
Before?
well, I have a theory. My theory is that book belongs to Grandpa Willie. It's the only thing in this room with text big enough he can read.
Before we
Why is
separate-
everyone always picking on me?
Before we separate, I'm gonna walk over to Marina and go, you have been tasked with helping to destroy the pumps. I don't know a lot about those tunnels, and I don't know what you can and can't do. We just have to go agitate a bunch of people. That's a little bit easier. And I pass my ring of telekinesis over and say, you still need to attune it, but it would be better than... If something happens and you need to get something out of the way, it might be the best option.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you, Violet.
And before we leave, I cast message on Audavon and whisper, 1 year, Audavon. Be careful what you wish for. It won't be me. It'll be your followers. Be careful.
I'm not going to remove the ring.
1
from
year,
my
be careful what
inventory
you wish
entirely,
for.
But, you know. I'm going to make a little note for myself.
If I'm elected to anything, I'm going to have you thrown in a pit within 2 weeks.
Yeah, if you can find me.
Okay.
That won't be hard.
All right. So, Grandpa
Just
Willie.
look for the idiot masquerading as a goddess.
Grandpa Willie heads to the door and he says, "Come, Alora, come, Marina, and Birdfellow and Shithead. Let's make our way to the Dominion."
Bird fellow.
All right, so you guys are gonna go straight through the front gate, basically, and down through the main chamber there. And then Grandpa Willie, right before he leaves, he turns to you, Audavon, and he just says, "You the pumps that you speak of are right off of the main chamber, correct?"
Yeah, if you follow the main waterway, they should be directly below it.
Well, we can't go through the water where we found you, because now there's water flowing through that cavern.
No, I understand that, but you're going to have to figure out a way to get directly below the water on the same area of terrain. And so whether it requires you digging around the water, whether it requires you finding an alternate pathway through there. I know
Seems
that
to
there
me
is...
we should just go through the front entrance.
Did I hear
Yeah.
digging? I pull out my pickaxe again.
All right, come with me, and he beckons you guys to follow him. All right, so how do we want to do this? Do you want Audavon, since you're kind of coordinating everything, do you want to follow what these guys do first and then jump over to you, or vice versa?
Let's do vice versa. I'll throw out first.
Okay. All right, so then tell me where you're headed, and then we'll follow you guys for 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll switch over.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds good.
Okay, so where are you headed?
So I'm gonna head for the closest entrance to Dominion tunnels from the plains that is not directly behind Dominion walls.
Okay, closest entrance to the tunnels from the plains. So that would probably be the Black Mark hideout entrance.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Okay, so the Solar Plains. It's probably going to take you about 2 hours, I think we decided, to get that far. No, probably more like 3 hours.
Alright.
I'm going to put the Solar Plains map in the chat there. So you got to go to that tower there, basically.
Exactly, and since we have the resources here, we're gonna I'm gonna ask the king, or ask whatever attendants are within my reach for the few of the fastest horses.
Okay. All right, so you are able to secure a couple of horses out in the courtyard. They get them all set up for you. They've even got some saddlebags with a few supplies, some food and some water in case you guys need it, and sends you out. So with the super fast horses, it definitely shaves off some time. You are able to make your way across the plains in 2 hours. And you have now... do you have anything you need to do before then, or can we just kind of jump over to your destination?
No, we can jump over to the destination.
Okay, so I'm going to put you Let's see. Put Audubon and Violet.
And I'm assuming that the request I made for raggedy clothes has been met. And
Yeah.
both,
They came in
Drag-
and gave them to you. Sorry, I was thinking about it, and then I never got a word in, so I forgot to mention it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so if you open the Solar Plains map now, you can see you guys are at the tower. So as you guys approach this kind of rundown tower just outside Dominion territory, half of it has fallen off. Like it's kind of this old construction, this old I forget what the word is, but it looks like a rook from chess. Like that's kind of the shape of this tower, and it's got half of it like on the side is all fallen down and in rubble, and then in the middle of it is a large opening that is no longer filled with water, but it used to be. I don't think you actually got to see it. Only Marina got to see it. And there is a board leaned up against the wall, against the tower, the interior wall of the tower, and attached to it, nailed to it, is a bunch of barrels, empty barrels.
All right. I'm going to turn to Dragthar and say, well, there's what's responsible for spoiling your meeting.
Indeed. If we're to find our way to Dominion territory from the hideout, we're going to have to dig through a couple meters of barricade. We blocked off the tunnels and camouflaged them so that the Dominion would not find their way to our hideout, yet we would still be on their doorstep.
Oh, do you remember where they emerged?
I do.
All right. So then, yeah, time is of the essence. Let's go down there, pick up a spades, whatever equipment you think will be helpful in getting through that barricade as soon as possible. This is the only area that I am confident that we can get in undetected. If we were going to approach through those walls, my fear is that we would be seen before we were able to go into tunnels and I was able to don my disguise. So we'll take this entrance here, and as soon as we are in those tunnels, I'll disguise myself and we'll start working our way towards the main barracks. And once we are close enough, I will check on the Queen's position. I will, if it is safe to do so, disguise myself as the Queen and see if I can break all hell loose from underneath.
Very well. And Dragthar starts to head down the steps. Partway down the steps, you guys find that there is you're knee deep in water as you get toward the bottom of the stairwell. I'm gonna open up this map here for you guys. It's over in the chat. And Dragthar kind of sloshes around through this water, and he just says, "It looks like some of the water has found its way underground." What?
I can't use the map without it breaking up my speech, so I'll just have to do theater of the mind.
Okay, so you are in the exit of the Black Mark hideout where Marina had swam to, and it was completely full of water. But now you're only about knee deep in water as you guys come down into the hideout. And Dragthar has walked forward. I'm going to just bring you guys forward with him. And there is a grate in the floor underneath the water. And Dragthar turns around to you, Violet, and Audubon, and he just says, This was the way to the Dominion. We've barricaded it off. We've locked it here, and we've monitored this entrance to our cavern continuously, where we used to. So
wait, are you telling me that we have to go through the grate below the water?
Yes.
And then dig through how many feet of wall?
No.
While underwater.
The barricade is all wood, but apparently it's still flooded, so we will have to go under there and probably use my powers to clear the barricade.
All right.
The other side of the barricade is camouflaged, but from this side, it is not very sturdy.
Okay. Do you guys have any pipes or hoses or anything for plumbing down here?
Not that I'm aware of. There's no plumbing in an underground cave.
Well, my thought is if you had any pipes at all, we could rip one of them off and you could use that as a breathing tube while you're down there doing your thing.
We have to go. A snorkel isn't going to help. We have to swim down several feet.
All right. Are you comfortable swimming down that far to?
I will be
do
fine.
whatever
And then
you
he
have-
raises his hand forward, and he blasts the lock on the grate through the water. And the water kind of steams as this beam, this like fire energy beam, cuts through it. And the water turns to steam around it. And then the lock on the grate starts to glow, and it pops off. And then he
Son of
reaches
a
down
bitch.
into the water.
Make
and
sure you
lifts
warn me to step back next time before you do that.
Did I touch a nerve, Otavon?
No, you just burned my face.
You can't play in the mud and then complain about getting dirty. And he throws the grate open.
She just looks at him and just goes, I'm further forward than you are. How did you get burned?
How did you not get burned?
Careful, Otavon. You might break a nail coming down here. And then he dives in the water.
Right more than that.
All right, he dives underwater and then he swims down a little bit, and you can see the glow because Dragthar's kind of constantly glowing with this yellow energy glow, and he goes down under the water and swims forward a little bit, and then suddenly you don't hear, it's not super loud because it's underwater, but you hear, and then a bunch of air bubbles and stuff come up from the grate. And you can see like some wood splinters and stuff come up through the grate, and then all of a sudden Dragthar comes back and pops out of the water, and he just says, "I've done your job for you."
No, as far as I'm concerned, that was your job. All right, let's go down there.
All right.
You will have to hold your breath for quite a ways, probably at least a couple minutes. Are you both prepared?
Think so. So let me make sure I understand this. I'm gonna go down there. I'm gonna hold my breath, and how do I get back to somewhere that has air in it? Is there a hole leading into a tunnel that's leaking water, or what's
the tunnel
what's
heads
the pathway
upwards.
out?
The water level that we're at now should suffice. We will be able to make it in our way into a Dominion tunnel and out of the water.
Well, shit. I'm glad that Queen Nero saw fit to give us all swimming lessons. Yeah, I'll be fine.
Very well. And he dives back in the water.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to follow him and swim after and hopefully reach the other side.
Okay. So as you guys are going under there, so what's the order, by the way? So Dragthar's in the front, and then you're right behind him, Otavon, or Violet, did you go right after him?
Yeah, I'll follow
I'll be at the
Dragthar.
back.
Okay. So Dragthar swims through the barricade, and there's a bunch of still like wood attached to the walls and stuff, but they're all splintered and stuff now from whatever explosion he caused. And he swims through just fine. Otavon, I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
You're gonna have to roll it for me because I meant to click the X on the map because it was distorting my Discord, and instead I accidentally clicked the X on the whole
load
app.
your game. All right, dexterity saving throw. There we go.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I can't see the chat. There it is. All right. So as you go underneath, a bunch of the wood parts from the ceiling and falls downward. And Violet, you see this happen in front of you, but Otavon barely manages to make it through there. As the debris and detritus comes crashing down in the water. It's pretty heavy, as it contains like cement and stuff. Whatever was holding it to the ceiling of the cavern, basically, is now acting as a weight as all this debris falls down. But it clears the way, and you are able to swim right behind Otavon.
Oh shit, that was close.
It just sounds like
All
a
right.
source game.
From here,
Why do you guys talk like that in the water?
from here on out, we are going to have to do some theater of the mind. I'll bring up a battle map so we can draw if we need to. Let's see. I'm just going to let me create a new item here, and I'm just going to call it Dominion Tunnels. And then I'll bring, I think I have a cave background asset.
Do you think Marina can actually speak while underwater?
Background, cave floor. That works perfect. Sweet. Okay, and then I'll share this with you guys. And then we'll put a grid on it. If you like it, then you better put a grid on it.
Very nice.
All right.
Love it.
Color picker. Make it black.
Do you think Marina could actually speak while underwater? Because if so, it'd be really funny if she heard that. She was like, "Why do you guys talk like that?" Oh, right, you guys can't
She's
breathe.
not even with us.
No, I'm just thinking. Just while he brings up the map.
Okay. You guys can all see this map, right? Okay, let me put Audubon on it. So this is just generic cave floor, and then I'll draw whatever we need to. So Dragathar leads you into a tunnel. Uh-oh, what's going on? Oh, you're reconnecting. Someday my game will unfreeze. Okay.
I'm begging you, I'm down on my knees.
Okay, so the water has kind of...
please.
This tunnel's going upward, and the water basically ends right here. So this is where you guys have just emerged from the water into this tunnel.
Okay.
And Dragathar kind of shakes himself off and just says, "Oh, that water is freezing."
Yeah, this is for somebody who glows. It's just about hypothermic for the rest of us. Was I heard?
Yes, you were
You were
heard.
heard.
Okay, sorry. When there was no response, my
Dragathar
first
just-
suspicion is that...
Dragathar just turns to you and he just says, "Where to now, Audubon? We're in Dominion territory."
Okay, so we need to start working our way south through these tunnels. There's going to be a big atrium. And this atrium is comprised of 3 different floors. Nobles are going to be on the 3rd floor. Military officials are going to be on the 2nd floor. That's where we're going. And engineers and laborers are going to be on the 1st floor working on the pumps.
Very well. South it is.
So at this point, we are going to need... You are going to be... I'm going to be walking behind you as sneakily as I can. And we need to keep an eye out for any friendly faces. Correction, I need to keep an eye out for friendly faces. You guys wouldn't know a friendly face if he punched you in the face. So
Can we keep the quips to a minimum?
Yeah, we can. So I'm going to use disguise self, and I'm going to turn myself into a half dwarf. Or, you know what? There are no half dwarfs. I'm going to turn myself into a dwarf. And,
Okay.
start...
Go ahead and roll me a performance check.
The hell? Oh, there it is. I was like, looking at first...
Do you have to chop up some of your legs to do that?
No, I'll be fine. Wait a second. I don't see myself on the list.
It's okay. Audubon's just a manlet.
See yourself on what list?
I see Violet Agrippa,
What are you looking at?
Sakara.
What are you looking at?
You know how I can click my name and then make a roll? My name's not up there to click.
You didn't select your character after rejoining then.
There he is. He's behind everything. I clicked the map to... Okay, sorry about that.
It's all good.
Okay, so am I rolling persuasion or deception?
What did I tell you?
Persuasion, you said?
No.
Oh, you said performance. I'm
Performance,
sorry.
yeah, because you're disguising yourself. Thought I missed something.
Okay, 25. I should be
Okay, great. So you look like a dwarf.
Okay. So then, yeah. Dwarf with raggedy ass clothes, and I'm going to start working the way down the hall, keeping an eye out for any of the contacts that I would recognize from Horatia and Manoa.
Okay. So I meant for this to continue this way. So I put a little compass up there since this map is kind of turned sideways, basically, because you came from the Black Mark hideout that way. And so this is south.
Wait, which... Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm with you now.
I should probably roll a stealth check, I guess.
No, you guys can just trot down the hall.
Just
You
trot
won't
down
look out of
behind
place.
you.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, like we're all laborers. We're just going to work if anybody asks.
Okay. Do you not think Violet will stand out?
With a raggedy ass gardener clothes, just keep your head down.
Very well.
Understood.
All right, but Drakthar is he's towering over both of you. He's very tall and glowing, so just keep that in mind, PJ.
Shit.
So he may be wearing gardener's clothes, but it's not really gonna hide this big ass tiefling who the entire Dominion knows.
Shit. You know what? On second thought, Demon Boy, maybe you ought to be the one hiding since you're as tall as a basketball player and you glow.
What's basketball?
What? Hide
Yeah.
where and do what?
Stay about 30 feet behind us. And keep an eye on your six.
And just what? Come running if there's trouble?
Come running if there's trouble, and try not to let anybody spot you.
Very well.
And I'm going to cast message on him so I can stay in contact.
Okay. All right. He's behind you guys.
All right. So we're going to proceed down the tunnel, and I'm just going to keep my fingers crossed that Manoa and Horatio were able to send a contact our direction.
Okay, so
So let us know what we
since
know.
I allowed you to design this atrium, you tell me what the first areas that you encounter are.
Okay, so it's just going to be a few atriums of tunnels. So there's going to be, as we're probably 2 miles
Mm-hmm.
out from the main atrium. And so there's going to be a few intersections. I don't expect them to be very crowded since the Dominion is obviously focused on repairing, constructing, and doing whatever is necessary for the main water tunnel to be as soon as possible, to get that done as soon as possible. There's really nothing to guard in these areas since there's not really a whole lot of traffic. But I'm keeping an eye out, and
Okay. Basically, I
Um,
just want to know what NPCs we should be encountering in the first area here.
yeah, if Manoa or Horatio sent anybody, they're going to be dressed in clothes just similar to ours. They're going to be dressed as another engineer, and knowing Manoa or Horatio, they know where we're going, and so they're going to be real. If they do have anybody stationed, it's going to be very close to the main atrium.
Okay. Okay. All right. So as you begin to approach the atrium, suddenly you hear a voice in the back of your mind, and this voice is, Ottovan. Ottovan, can you hear me, Ottovan?
Yes, I hear you fine. Is this Horatio?
Yes, yes. The queen is in the pump chamber, the new main chamber. She's attending the pumps. Your friends may be in trouble if they try to enter that chamber now.
Excellent. Now, do you have any contacts within the pump line?
Nope, no contacts.
Okay.
Only you and your
Um,
friends.
Gotcha. We could really use any sort of distraction to draw her further down that tunnel.
Distraction. Hold on. Let me converse with Manoa. I will contact you in 20 minutes.
Excellent. All right. Okay. So, and I'm gonna message Drakthar. I'm gonna say sit tight. And
I hope
You
you
know
know what
what?
you're doing, Ottovan. His voice echoes back.
I'm gonna say you're more of a liability than anything at the moment. I'm gonna send you to where I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna keep Bryn around for personal protection, but I need you to go to Kelthalat.
Okay. Real quick, it is 10:20, and I know we had a lot of interruptions and stuff. Does anybody need to go at 10:30, or can we keep going for a little while longer?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check in. Okay, so what will you have me do, Ottovan?
So I need you just to find a place near Kelthalat, the ancient armory, to hide. We will
Very
be
well.
joining you there shortly. Make yourself scarce. Don't set off any alarms. Just find a place behind that armory and stay still until I signal for you.
Very well. Okay. So, real quick, tell me what's coming up in the atrium. Like what the first thing we see is. You want to describe it?
Yeah. So right now we're on the 3rd floor,
Uh-huh.
and on the 3rd floor there are opulent hallways. There's a huge, grand staircase going down to the 2nd floor, and there's also a bridge across the entire gap to the other side for the convenience of the nobles who live there. These are going to be mostly kobolds who live on this floor, cousins and nephews and whatever of the queen. And all of their doors are absolutely bedecked in the finest stonework and
Okay.
metals that the kingdom has to offer.
Okay, so here's your bridge. You see the bridge?
Not yet. Hold on just a second.
And then the staircase is in front of you as well.
All right. Hold on. Let me expand the map. Okay, so I see 2 arrows.
Yeah, that's the bridge is here. This is the bridge. Oops. How do I? Damn.
Okay, so the bridge is on the left. If I'm looking down the
this.
same way that Audubon is, bridge is to the left, and the grand staircase is on
Straight in front of
directly
you.
ahead.
Yes, correct.
Okay. So I'm going to cast message on Violet and advise her to keep her head down, and that we're going down the grand staircase.
Understood.
Okay. All right. As you guys begin to creep down the staircase, we're gonna jump over and switch over to everyone else. Okay. So let's see here. I'm gonna leave that map open. Actually, let me put it on one of these shortcuts. Okay. And then I'll close the king's chamber. And then what map are we going to? Oh yeah, you guys were just gonna head straight into. Okay, so we need the solar planes map. All right, so you guys are all. Let's see. We have Marina, Sam, Grandpa Willie, and Sakare and Alora. You guys are all heading into Dominion territory to try and find the pumps. Okay, so let's go ahead and start you off. You guys basically would have had to travel behind them, but because you have a larger group and they took the fastest horses, they secured a wagon for you guys. So you guys were able to travel all in the same covered wagon together, and they dropped you off just on the edge of this trail here. Let me share the solar plans map in case anyone doesn't have it open. What?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the pumps were under the river by Withelm.
So that's where they end.
Oh.
But where they begin is in the Dominion main chamber.
Gotcha.
And we can't go the other way because of the water.
Yeah, you guys turned the water on, so you guys can't go back in that way.
Well, I mean, I could maybe.
True.
No, it's
So
the water
here's a
keeps
question:
going.
can you give us air through mouth to mouth?
All right.
Are you actually asking me that in character?
Yeah, can you give us air? Like, well, I'll ask you out of character, like a mermaid.
No. I breathe water. I don't exhale air.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you guys, plus 2 little sad-looking soldiers that haven't put on armor for battle in decades.
Where are we?
So you guys, so on the solar planes map, here, I'm gonna put a pin down. Let's see, or actually, you know what? Let me find it. Damn it! Let me find a token. I have this alien token. We'll put that there. All right, this is the first one I could find. Okay, so you guys are on the road here, and the wagon just dumped you off. Can you guys see that token?
Yep.
Okay, so the wagon just dumped you guys off there, and you guys need to make your way into the Dominion territory here. Now, the Dominion territory on the surface basically just looks like an abandoned elephant graveyard almost, with just bones and dead trees and stuff, and then some old ruins that are all dilapidated and falling down. And so it's just kind of spooky, basically, on the surface. So as you guys approach, as you guys basically unload out of the wagon, you can see the main entrance into Dominion territory through the walls. And the walls are like crumbling and barely maintained. There's holes all over them, and they're clearly just there to mark the border, but they're not really capable of keeping people out very well anymore.
Nice place.
Well, the Dominion definitely has great taste. All right,
Once we go
everyone.
through these walls, do we know where we're headed?
Well, I know where the Dominion main chamber is. I've studied the maps from our spies, but once we get into the main chamber, Audovon has said that they have constructed a new main chamber, and it branches off of that one, and we've got to find our way there. So we will have to work off of our best guess, I suppose. Okay. So Grandpa Willie starts to head toward the entrance of the Dominion. You guys are all following him, I assume?
Yep.
Yeah, as I follow, though, I want to look around at the walls and specifically look to see if, just a perception check, if it seems obvious anybody has been there or is there right now.
Okay, you're looking at the walls?
Yeah, as we enter.
Okay. Roll me a perception check. Okay. So as you're looking at the walls, you catch a glint of some light just like bouncing off of something shiny in the crevice of this wall right here, like up by the tip of that rock and on the top of the wall.
I stop and I put my hand out to touch Marina's shoulder and I point up at what I'm seeing without saying anything.
Okay, you point up and you don't see the glint of light anymore. And neither does Marina.
Can I make a perception check myself?
Yes.
All right, let me dig behind these maps and get my perception.
If you drag, there's a little pin on the top left of the map. If you drag that to your hotbar, then you can close it, and then you can actually open it from the hotbar really fast.
Oh, cool.
That way they're not all over the place and in your way.
Gotcha. Would you be upset if I used guidance on myself for this check?
No.
Okay.
It's an
It always
ability-
seems a little cheaty.
It's an ability you have. I don't. It's fine.
All right, I'm gonna roll perception, and I'm gonna roll the d4 for. Oh yikes. 7.
Okay. So yeah, you don't see anything up there. So you just kind of turn to Marina and shrug.
Yeah, I guess-
Laura,
What did you think you saw, Marina?
I didn't see
Laura.
anything.
Or Laura?
I saw just a glint of something. I'm not sure what it was.
Where at?
I point to where I had seen the glint of light.
It's where that green arrow is pointing.
I go airborne and I try to see if I can see anything from the air.
Okay. Roll me a perception check with advantage. Nice. You rolled 2 10s. That's funny. Okay, so as you fly up, you catch a glimpse of what looks to be like some sort of creature kind of hunkered down behind the tip of that rock up there. And it doesn't seem to be noticing you or anyone else. It's kind of almost looking off this direction, basically. Kind of just walking back and forth, almost patrolling the top of this wall here.
I'm going to attempt to fly sneaky to see if I can get a little bit closer look at it. To see if I can tell what it is.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Sneaking through clear sky.
Well, he's got this tower to go around. Also, I'm sure
Yes.
he's pretty adept at gliding, so he can do it pretty quietly. He's above the guy for one. I doubt he's expecting an aerial attack.
That's true. In first-person shooter games, no one ever looks up.
Why would they?
Okay, so you
I mean,
are
to be fair, how many other Aarakocra have you seen in this campaign?
so you kind of swoop down using this tower as cover, and you kind of poke around the side of it, and you see that there is a goblin on top of the wall there, just kind of walking around with his little crossbow.
All right, and he
does
hasn't
not see
seen
you.
me?
Nope.
I'm going to see if I can take him down before he notices we're here.
Okay.
Are you gonna like shoot at him, or are you gonna try to carry him into the sky and drop him?
That would be awesome.
Hang on. Goblins are considered small creatures, aren't they?
Yes.
Yep.
You want to do the splat?
Oh my god. I totally could probably do that. I'm gonna do it. I swoop out, talons extended, and try to scoop him up into the air and carry him off.
Okay.
Like, sky high.
All right, let's see. Let's do a grapple check.
What's a grapple check on a smaller creature like?
So I think that would put him at a disadvantage. So when he goes to resist it, it will be at disadvantage. Hold on, let's see here. He's gonna do a dex. Yeah, dex. So
I'm just thinking. I kind of wish we planned this out a little bit better, because like I could have paralyzed him.
They're really far away, to be fair.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Far enough away that I don't know if we're gonna be privy to any of this happening. Aside from seeing in the distance Birdman carrying something.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll that more than once. Okay, so 7. Okay, roll. Did you already do your? Okay, no. You need to roll a strength check. Or I guess for you it would be athletics. He just didn't have all the other little skills, so I had to just roll dex. But yeah, athletics for you.
Come on, good roll.
Oh yeah.
Nice. All right, so you swoop down. Do you want to describe actually how you grab him?
I swoop down and extend out my big talon feet and grab him by the shoulders so he can't really move his arms at all and operate his weapon. And I go grab him and immediately just start going straight up vertical, high up into the sky.
All right, so as he's just walking along, patrolling, everything's quiet, and then all of a sudden, severe pain in his shoulders as he looks up and just sees this huge bird grab him, and he's just he starts flailing and trying to pry your talons off of his shoulders as he rises into the air, and then you let him go.
I go up into the air, probably good.
I didn't even have to put him in the combat tracker.
200 feet, and then I just let go.
All right, so 200 feet in the air, you just yeet him off off your talons, and he just starts falling. And then not too far away from where you guys are, he just goes just right into the dirt, and his body is covered by the weeds that are you're walking through like a bunch of dried weeds, and so you can't see him, but you heard him splat, and now he's hidden by the weeds.
Was this commotion like very obvious?
So yeah, his screaming was loud.
Okay.
These plants will eat well tonight.
I want to look around. I'm hoping while he was screaming that I was also looking around at the walls again to see if I noticed any reaction.
Okay, roll me another perception check. By the way, Sakara, you get inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ah, bitch.
So
You're welcome for the idea.
You don't see anyone else. But you do get the impression that it being a goblin, that clearly he wasn't there to defend so much as probably report back.
Yeah. I also note that I note to Marina, I can't see if there was anyone else up there. I hope he was just a scout.
Can I take a look myself?
Yeah, sure. Roll a perception check.
All right. I would like to use guidance again as well.
Yep.
Might need it. Oh yeah. 10.
Yeah.
Okay, you look up the wall, and there's nothing obvious along the tops of the wall or any of the holes in the wall. Everything else seems to be pretty quiet.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, we should continue on.
And then, Sakara, as you land back down, Grandpa Willie goes, very well done, Sakara.
I just kind of fluff up my feathers a little bit, preen myself off a little bit.
All right.
I give Sakar a gentle pat on his head.
Good, quick thinking, by the way. He probably would have reported back to his superiors had we not done away with him quickly. All right, let us make our way in to Dominion territory. And Grandpa Willie steps across the line here. This token represents your party, so you guys just step across the line into Dominion territory. And then, as you do, you see a ton of dead trees and just dried out vegetation. There's really nothing left alive here except maybe like this one old tree that's really huge that you can see kind of back over these ruins. It's kind of got a little bit of leafy vegetation on top, even though down on the bottom it looks pretty sparse. You see this giant ruin right next to you guys. It is largely unexplored, and Grandpa Willie turns around and he just says, "Now these ruins have never been explored. We could try and see if there's a way into the Dominion through here. The way that the Dominion peons primarily travel as they follow this path," and he points to the path you guys are on, to the forbidden ruins.
Grandpa Willie, does it never rain here?
It never rains anywhere.
It rains sometimes, but doesn't really rain that often anywhere. That's why everything's so dry. Only where the water comes down from the mountains is there green vegetation in abundance.
So we
Well-
can either try to sneak through the old ruins here, or we can go down to the forbidden ruins, but
Indeed.
we're bound to find more resistance if we go down that way.
Yeah, it's
Correct.
deeper in here. Since this is closer to the border, I imagine that if they're making tunnels, they'd probably make it near the edge of their territory.
Very true. Very true. I don't know what we'll find in here, if anything. But if we do find a way in to their tunnel network, it might be safer than traveling through the forbidden ruins.
And hopefully they won't be expecting anybody through these old ruins here.
Precisely.
A valid point.
If I could suggest, as soon as we hear or see water, I should take the lead, because I might be able to redirect it if something is happening.
I
Sakar,
agree.
while you were above, can you see the rooftop of this ruin here?
I can fly up there and I can get a good look at it.
Yes. Yeah. Do so. Tell us what you find.
All right. So I go airborne again, and I go and see what I can find out.
Okay. All right. So you fly up over the top, and you can see that it's more of like a kind of square Colosseum-looking building. As the inside, it's got an open roof, and it's got levels inside, exposed to the outside, and it doesn't look like it ever had a roof. It was intended to be this way.
Do I see anything that I would consider out of the ordinary or any signs of recent activity?
No signs of activity that you can tell. However, at the very bottom, where there's dirt basically on the ground, in the very middle of the building, you see that what appears to be some kind of sinkhole. As all the dirt and rocks and some debris from the decaying building have kind of slowly made their way towards this hole that goes down into darkness.
Sounds like our tunnel.
So I swoop back down and I talk to everyone. All right, so there's no roof on it. It does, however, look like there's some kind of sinkhole or tunnel entrance in the middle of it.
Well,
Man.
seems like this is the way to go.
Yeah.
It does sound like it might be dangerous. Although I'm not sure if it's any more or less dangerous than the Forbidden Ruins.
What do you
almost got
know
my
of the Forbidden Ruins?
I almost got my foot crushed yesterday by a giant door. I'm sure this can't be too much worse.
Oh, I know they're forbidden, so maybe there might not be anyone there.
Bless your heart, Sam.
Anyway, let's get going.
Okay. Again, I'm going to create us a custom map for you guys called the Ancient Ruin. Let's see here. Expand. Ancient Ruin. And then I'll grab one of these backgrounds. Let's see.
Make it pink.
Tile floor.
Pink and shiny.
Let's see. Let's do. This one will have to do. It's fine. Okay. I'll expand
It's
it
hot
here.
pink. It used to be red.
Put a grid on it.
Neon yellow.
You liked it, you should have put a grid on it.
Okay. And then let me grab your guys' tokens. Laura, Marina, Sam, Grandpa, and Sakir. Is that everyone? Okay. Share that sheet. Can you guys all see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then let's go ahead and just do a rectangle. Like that. Okay. So you guys walk up to... Oh, actually, hold on. Let me grab the token selector and put you guys to the edge here. Because you guys are not inside it yet. Oh my gosh. They need to fix this issue. There. Every time I try to move tokens, I end up moving the whole map. I don't know what I'm doing differently when it finally works. Okay. Can I adjust these layers? There we go. Cool. Okay, so you guys approach the edge of the building. And there doesn't seem to be any obvious entrance, although there are definitely parts of the building that used to be windows that have now like fallen down. And you could probably make your way through, or you can hunt for an actual door if you care.
By windows, is there like broken glass?
No, I mean, if there was glass, it's long gone. This ruin looks super ancient.
How high are the windows?
So the windows were probably intended to be about like starting at your shoulder level if you were standing flat on the ground. So the bottom of the window would be at your shoulder level. However, several of them have decayed to basically be practically doorways, but they do look kind of janky. Rocks look like they could fall at any time, or chunks of this ruin looks like it could fall at any moment.
I'm gonna roll through one of the windows.
You know what? Roll through?
Roll, yeah. Nice fast
like
combat
a barrel roll or what?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a
Athletics.
what? Athletics check or acrobatics check. That's the one.
Yeah, it sounds like acrobatics. A front flip through the air through a window? Are you sure?
Like a ninja.
Yeah. Ninja.
Okay. All right. So you roll through. You somersault through this open cavity in the side of this building, and I need you to roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Yikes.
Dexterity saving throw.
If only I had
Thanks,
my ring
guinea
of
pig.
If only I had my ring of
nat 20.
telekinesis.
Okay. So
Oh my god.
you roll through, and as you roll through, your foot hits one of the chunks of rock, and then it starts to fall, and a bunch of others start to fall after it. But you manage to get up off your from being prone, basically, and dive out of the way. But the rest of the rocks kind of fall down and form a little pile. It doesn't completely block the entrance he went through, so you guys could climb over it probably if you wanted to. But yeah, you barely dodge out of the way of this huge pile of rocks that definitely would have crushed you.
Wow. I don't know if I could heal that. Be more careful next time. Does it look precarious now?
I mean, the whole building does. So yeah, as long as there's stuff above you, it's looks kind of scary. But for the moment, it looks like it's probably okay.
How long does it take to attune?
It's a short rest.
Would the wagon count?
Yes, it would.
Sick. Then I have my ring of telekinesis
Okay.
attuned.
Okay.
Thanks, Violet. All right, so I have that if need be.
I'm assuming that like a mage hand wouldn't really be able to hold up much, would it?
No.
No, but
No.
telekinesis can. I can try and move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds with this thing,
Ooh,
as long as it's not
nice.
being worn or carried. So, yeah, if if a boulder starts falling on top of us, I might be able to save us. I'm gonna go ahead and try and climb over the rocks carefully.
Okay. All right. So you start to climb over the rocks, and you hear a little bit more rumbling as the rocks kind of settle, and some more roll down the pile and stuff. But up above, it looks to be as stable as it can look, being an ancient ruin that's falling apart. Nothing seems to be shaking or making a sound above you.
All right.
Okay, and you make your way over the pile, and you are now inside and standing alongside... Quit moving the map. There, okay. Alongside Sam. You guys are just inside, kind of under an awning, so there's still stuff above you, but you can now see into the courtyard here. There is a bunch of debris all over the place, bits of the building that have fallen down. And then also some the ground is not level anymore, and so there's big chunks of the ground that's kind of poking out as the earth has shifted underneath this building. And then over here basically is this giant sinkhole.
I message Grandpa Willie and cast message on him and say, "Come on, Grandpa Willie, show him and do a backflip."
And you can see there's a bunch of debris that's like fallen into this sinkhole and stuff. So there's lots of rocks and things, but you can definitely see blackness down inside here.
Not from the angle we're at.
Not
right?
from where you're at, no. But that's what Sakara would have seen. So if you guys walk out there, you can see it.
I assume Sakara's probably just gonna fly over to the courtyard, right?
I don't know. Okay, Grandpa Willie follows behind you and
Did you get
climbs
my
over the
message?
rocks. What was your message?
I said, "Come on, Grandpa, show him how it's done and do a backflip."
All right, he just ignores you and climbs
I follow
over the
immediately
rocks.
behind Grandpa.
Okay. All right. So Grandpa will, as he climbs over the rocks and kind of comes down the other side, and then as he tries to get footing, coming down the other side, he slips and then kind of just falls on his butt and kind of slides down the rest of this pile on his butt and then lands at your guys' feet.
I help him up and I said, "Well, that wouldn't happen if you did a backflip."
At my age, a backflip could be the final thing I do.
Oh, you would have died doing what you loved then.
Doing backflips.
Yes. Backflips, my favorite pastime. All right, so Alora, you come down behind Grandpa Willie, and you watch him lose his footing and kind of fall on his butt and slide down.
Meanwhile, Sakara looks at all this, just kind of cocks his head and just kind of watches the fiasco with Grandpa Willie. Looks up and just casually like hovers up and glides over, and then just stays
like over the
stationary.
entire ruin.
Yep, and then comes back down onto him and just kind of sits there, just flapping a couple feet off the ground, just like, you guys make this way too difficult.
Not our fault we can't fly.
All right, Alora, you make your way down the pile safely, and you guys are now in the courtyard of this ruin.
Sakara, would you be able to check out the pit over there?
This ground looks quite dangerous. I think that's a good idea. As
Yeah,
Willie
so-
steps out a little bit, and the ground almost like starts to shift. It's a lot of loose dirt and stuff.
I fly a few feet off the ground and I kind of flap my wings a little bit more aggressively at it, see if I can blow some of the loose dust off out of the way.
Off of these rocks here?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so you blow a bunch of the dirt off of these rocks and you see a pile of rocks.
And then I just kind of keep moving and just kind of letting my wings kind of clear off any loose debris as I flap along.
Okay. As some of the dirt clears away, you're able to see some like splintered wood and stuff that's old and rotted, and additional rocks that weren't visible at first. And then as you get to the sinkhole, it's almost a straight drop, and a bunch of rocks around the edge have kind of formed this temporary barrier holding back the rest of the dirt and stuff. But from what you can tell, it looks pretty inevitable that more stuff will eventually fall in there.
While he's flying over there, can I tell why the ground around here is unstable? It's not wet, right?
No. But it does seem to shift on a somewhat regular basis. Still probably pretty stable in your time frame, but over a decade it's definitely been shifting around and stuff and collapsing into the sinkhole and stuff like that. So it's not like every year it probably progresses a little more towards the sinkhole. Does that make sense? Like erosion, basically, but it's not weather erosion so much as just time and the weight of everything, and probably it's like earthquakes and stuff more like that or cause it to shift.
So definitely not water related though.
No, it doesn't appear to be.
Doesn't appear to be. Can I do something crazy? Can I try to use shape water under the ground? See if anything happens?
Sure. Nothing happens.
Okay. It's worth a shot. I don't know.
Okay, so
Getting a little
that's
galaxy
it.
brain here.
You can't see in the hole Sakara, but you can see that it goes down pretty far.
How wide is the hole again?
It's pretty wide. Giant boulders and stuff can fall into it. Like you can see the how it's depicted here relative to Sakara's size is pretty accurate. The hole is the big circle or the big area with the squiggly in it.
Yep. I
Okay.
gathered that.
Okay.
So I fly back to the group. All right, so sinkhole goes down pretty far. It's large. It's empty. It is completely devoid of substance, other than maybe some rocks. It kind of reminds me of what I expect Sandboy's head over there kind of looks like.
That's a good one, sick hair. Grandpa Willie kind of bends over laughing. And then he kind of elbows you.
Sakir, question. All those rocks over there, are those looking like they're gonna fall down in there?
At some point, yeah. Maybe not today, unless we do something to them.
Ooh, let's push one in and see how long it takes to fall.
Well, I have a possibly similar, possibly completely different idea. Before we split up, Violet gave me this ring of telekinesis. I might be able to move the rocks. Sakir, how would you be able to carry a person?
Yeah, potentially.
What if would you be able to carry me over there? I don't know if it's safe for us to walk across safely. Would you be able to carry me over there so I can start to move the giant boulders with telekinesis so that we can descend safely?
Sounds like a good plan.
I'm skeptical. Those boulders look like they might be holding back things from falling in.
Very possible. They are basically right there. They all kind of seem like they're kind of jammed up against each other.
Slow erosion over a deck.
If we collapse this tunnel, I mean, how do we know it's not just limiting our access and not? I mean, what if it does nothing to them and only limits our access?
Yeah, what I'm wondering is maybe I can use telekinesis to lift these rocks to make sure they don't fall in on top of us when we try to go down.
Or we could just go to the Forbidden Ruins.
So keep in mind, Bunsen, this whole courtyard is angled. So like you are higher here. Oops. You're higher here than you are over here. Everything is sloping inward. And then these rocks right here are basically holding back a bunch of dirt and other debris and stuff because they've all kind of jammed around the sinkhole here. Does that make sense? Basically, if you move one, chances are everything is going to start falling in, and you might even widen the sinkhole. You don't know exactly what could happen if you move these rocks, because it's all in a precarious state that's just kind of happened naturally.
I think our best bet is to go to the Forbidden Temple, or the Forbidden Ruins.
It wouldn't. It seems.
Grandpa
On the one
Willie,
hand-
what do you know about the Forbidden Ruins?
I know that it's the main entrance to the Dominion. It will definitely be patrolled, and we will definitely be seen trying to go through the front door.
Yeah, to me that does not seem smart.
Sakir.
What if we take some uniforms and disguise ourselves?
I don't know if we can do that.
The Dominion
I don't
is
think-
not comprised. The Dominion is comprised of kobolds, goblins, orcs, tieflings. There are some humans and such, but they are slaves to the Dominion, and they are put to work. People like us would be slaves working at the rim of the Dominion territory. We would not be in the entrance to their grand hall.
I
He's
have
right.
an idea. Hold on. I've got an idea about how we can get down there. So, I know the spell Featherfall, and there's 5 of us here. It only lasts for a minute, but, I mean, would it take us more than a minute to get down to the bottom, you think?
Well, what if you cast it on one of those big rocks and we stand on it?
Sakara,
really
can you
don't
fly into
want
the
to-
sinkhole carefully and without disturbing anything to see how far down?
I don't see why not. Pretty routine for me.
Do you need a light of some sort? Do you need a torch?
Sure, might not hurt.
Alright, I'm gonna take out a torch, use my tinderbox, light it, and I'm gonna hand it to him.
Alright.
Good luck.
Okay. You fly down the sinkhole, and you go down probably about 50 feet before you hit the ground. And on the ground, you're standing on a loose pile of tons of debris and rocks. There's like periodic little spurts of dirt falling off the ceiling and stuff because just the air from your wings is pushing loose dirt around. So it definitely doesn't look safe. But connecting to this chamber where everything's collapsed in is a couple big hallways that look way more reinforced.
Okay. But definitely it's very easy to get down.
It seems like it. As long as everything doesn't come falling in behind you.
So I fly back up and
How's it look?
report what I see. It goes down about 50 feet. The bottom is very loose terrain. It's a lot of loose dirt and rocks that's fallen in from above.
You see my pointer, Chef?
I did. Yeah. What
Is
about it?
that like the hallway and then down here's dirt?
No, this area is like the thickness of the building surrounding the courtyard.
Okay.
Did you see
So-
anything other than rough terrain?
Looked like we had looked to me like there was potentially an entrance.
Oh. Would you be able to carry us down the pit one by one?
Yeah, possibly. I don't think any of you are too heavy for me.
Alright. I might. Who should go first?
Well,
How about we
if I
send
go
young
first, I
Alora
could-
so she can cast slow fall on us in case something happens?
Good idea.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That was pretty much what I was going to say.
Oh,
Good
okay.
thinking, Grandpa Willie.
Well,
So I put my arms out in a T pose and I say, I'm ready.
Sakar?
All right. Let's do this. Who's first?
Laura.
All right. I go hover above Laura.
Okay.
Gently grab her with my talons, but firmly hold on to her, and
So you wrap
Gently but firmly.
you wrap your talons around her upper arms so that they're not actually being jabbed by them, and then you lift her off the ground.
hold on.
Okay, and then you both fly over, and you get gently lowered into the pit and onto this pile. And as you do, you hear a slight rumble, and the whole place shakes very gently, and dirt falls off the ceiling and gets in your eyes, and a couple pebbles roll off of this barricade here and land on the pile, but nothing else happens.
Can I see those reinforced tunnels?
Yep. So there's one this way and one this way.
If I walk into the very entrance of one of those reinforced tunnels, am I still close enough to like reach the center of that room, I guess? Let's see.
So I've drawn.
So I want to.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. So I'm going to very carefully walk to this south one. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So I've drawn. There's one this way and one this way. Can you see the tunnels sort of that I drew?
Oh, whoops. Yeah, I thought. I was at
Sorry.
the
Yeah.
entrance of-
Originally I was doing it there, but then I needed space to draw. So it's slightly over this way.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stand just at the entrance of that one. I'm gonna walk as carefully as I can.
Okay. All right. So you walk carefully over to this cavern, and it's made of solid rock. Like it's like almost like somebody had some sort of drill or something. You've never seen this kind of tunnel work before, but the whole tunnel itself looks like it's kind of just self-reinforced because it's almost like a hole through solid rock.
I'm also going to wait. Before I walk over to it, I want to grab the torch from Sakar, and
Okay.
I'll hold it.
Okay. All right. So
All right.
You step into the reinforced area with a torch, and you wait for the others. All right. I am going to have Sakar. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward this a little bit, and Sakar, I'm going to have you roll a dexterity saving throw for me for the next one, and this is going to be for Grandpa Willie.
Oh boy! Don't forget you have
And I want to-
inspiration.
I do want to stand ready to cast my spell for the second I see anybody falling as a reaction, because I can do that.
Okay, great.
Oh boy.
Don't forget you have inspiration.
you want to use your inspiration?
Yep, we're gonna go ahead and use that.
Okay, do it again.
I've been sitting
Yes,
in my own
please,
inspiration for
Please save Grandpa
months
Willie.
now.
Okay. All right. So you come down through the hole, and at one of these little boulders right here loses its footing as you fly past it. The air just barely adjusts the dirt around it. A bunch of dirt falls in, and then this boulder falls in, and you barely manage to fly out of the way, holding Grandpa Willie. Oh! Watch out! As the boulder falls down onto the pile and embeds itself in the dirt. A bunch of dirt from this side slides in and falls behind the boulder and kind of covers it. So a bunch of dirt now is pouring in for probably a good 10 seconds before it finally settles up here and stops. The rest of the boulders have not moved.
Does it create any kind of like slope now? Like, is there a safe way to climb in?
No.
I don't know if that would be safe.
No, it was,
Even if there
it was
was.
50 feet down, so that would have to be a lot.
Okay.
Even if it was a slope down, I would not feel safe walking down that.
Okay, and so Grandpa Willie finally makes it in, and he stumbles his way over to you, Alora. And he just says, my last days have been anything if not memorable.
I give him a pat on the shoulder, and I hand him the torch to hold, and then I stand at the ready to react again with Featherfall.
Okay. All right.
Do you cast Featherfall on non-human or on non-creatures?
I don't know because it says 5 willing creatures.
Hmm. I wish you could
Or
cast
excuse
it
me,
on
not willing.
monsters.
It's 5 falling creatures.
Okay. So the
Doesn't say
next,
anything about them willing.
who's going next? Sam or Marina?
I'll go next.
Okay. All right. So Sakara, you pick up Sam. And the last two, I'm just gonna say you pick up Sam and then Marina, and they both make it safely. You are able to bring them down to the ground, and all of you now have made your way to the safe area. Okay.
Yay! I relax.
It is past 11. Does anybody have to go, or do you guys want to go a little bit longer? There is a point I have to get to in order for the one-on-ones to work, but we can always kind of, like in the beginning of the one-on-ones, I can explain.
I'm good.
Anyone else need
I'm
to
fine.
go? Okay.
I'm fine. We might want to like take a short break.
Okay, yeah, you guys want to take a break? 10 minutes?
sure.
Okay.
It's quarantine. Where do any of us have to be?
Oh, work in the
You'd
morning.
Yeah,
be
work.
surprised.
Unfortunately.
Bunsen for
Quarantine
getting
doesn't
people
stop
work.
life in Arizona.
Quarantine hasn't stopped life anywhere, it seems like.
I could use some pretzels. Be back.
I could use some
Yeah, I've been
donuts.
munching on potato chips. There's this one from Circle K that's just to die for. They're fiery hot. Now, Circle K has fiery hot and flaming hot. Flaming hot sucks, but fiery hot is delicious.
Hey. Stop talking before you ruin a potential sponsorship deal. They're not going to pay us if you're advertising for them for free.
They're not going to pay us anyway because our viewership right now is about 5 people.
I know, I'm just pulling your leg.
I know. I'm just retorting. Like a turtle.
Violet, I
Or
have to,
turtle.
or Bryn, I have to say, I think it was a very good call to give me the telekinesis ring.
All right, how long is the break? 10 minutes?
Yes.
All right, so 10 like 11:15 is when we're going to do back.
Probably. And I'll be right
Okay.
back.
See you in a bit.
I'm back.
Back.
Welcome back.
I didn't even see Codeman was in here. Are you actually here?
Yeah, I'm lurking.
That's funny.
I'm playing heroes.
Are you sober?
No.
You know how fat Gunther looks in that picture. You giant sausage cat. You large boy. Yes, you are.
Good boy.
He's a big large boy.
Who's Gunther?
One of my cats.
Oh.
Picking him up is like trying to move a bag of flour.
See,
He's
my cat,
very dense.
I love my loaf, but she's hard to pick up for a different reason. She's learned how to control her skin in a very specific way. So you can't just grab her by the scruff of the neck. There has to be like a procedure to it. Otherwise, she will slip it out, like she will slip that area of skin and stuff out of your hand, and you will just not notice it until it's too late. So I had to learn like a specific way of picking up my cat. Otherwise, she would get loose and just do whatever she wanted. So she may be a big chungo now, but she is a very, very, very smart and surprisingly agile chungo.
Let's see, I have Fatty Fatkins right here. Miss Bitch and Dumbass. Sorry, you have to be Dumbass.
So very, very nice names.
Yeah. Pet names, you know.
They're pretty.
What happened to the map of the that we're in? It's kind of vanished.
He closed it because you misbehaved so much.
I'm putting
your
on a
punishment.
different map. That's why.
So where's the palace that the Dominion has?
What?
I'm looking at the map. I don't see like a palace or anything like that. The Dominion would have the map.
I don't know what palace you're talking about.
Where the Queen lives.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet. You're not there yet.
Okay, so the map keeps on going after the border.
Like, I love my little loaf. But
Yeah,
she has, as time has gone on, become
The
Tonga.
Dominion's all underground, Rainbow.
Oh.
That's why you guys are trying to go underground. Up top,
Aw, little
up top,
tabby.
it's just dead and lifeless.
She's like I have the cute picture of her where she's like 90% eyes and it's like the most adorable thing. The problem is she became a big chungo because she got depressed way back when I lived in the bad home TM. So when I moved, she became a less depressed. And though she's still kind of a chungo because she's now an older kitty and she can't lose weight easily, you know. She will walk around and scream at you. She likes to
Okay, we
talk.
ready to jump back in?
I am.
Me too.
I think we're waiting on Boris.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Violet's here. Is Bunsen here?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. I think we do have everything.
Present.
And hey guys, I'm deranged. I'm ready.
Wow, I can't tell the difference. You sound just like him.
You want to touch my butt cheek?
I'm like a big cat man. Giant lion with a face.
Hi, my name's Alan. I like big cat dudes.
I cannot lie.
And they like me too.
Okay.
I hope he hears this and feels special.
One could only hope.
Loaf used to be like the teensiest cat because she's like, what's the word? She's a mouse, so she's like under the normal, at the average weight of like a tabby. She's always gonna be on the smaller side, but she is my baby. I love her, even if she's getting older.
And Chubbs is a Maine Coon, bitches. Or at least part Maine Coon.
I love Maine Coons. They're so cute.
I rescued a Maine Coon once that had real bad skin infection, and I gave him a bath, and he nuzzled the bath water. It was adorable.
Aww.
Cute.
Okay.
So wait, who are we missing?
I'm ready. I was just getting something ready. I think
I'm
we're
ready.
I think we're good. Oh, you're not ready yet?
I'm ready.
Oh, okay.
Crunch, crunch, crunch,
alright,
crunch.
so-
Yum, 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 yum. Chips, chips, chips.
All my cats
I
always
have
look like American short hair with the tiger look.
Mask. Okay, let's do that. Get rid of that. And then you guys get rid of that. Okay. All right. If we got everyone back, then let's go ahead and start. I'm going to jump. Well, actually, let's stick with you guys for just a little bit longer, and then we'll jump over to Audubon and Violet. So you guys are now safely down. The boulder's fallen. Everything seems to have settled. And you're faced with two paths. You can go basically to the south, which is to the right on the map, or you guys can go down, which is west.
Is there a map?
Grandpa, yeah. Can you not see the map?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't have a map yet.
it's in the chat now. So we'll
All right.
see view, sync client view. There, can you all see right here?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so you guys are faced with two choices, and you gotta pick a path. And Grandpa Willie looks ahead, and he just says, "Anyone have any idea? We've come in
Alright,
through a side entrance, so I'm not sure where to go."
Why don't we listen on both ends and see if we can hear water?
Well, I mean, Withelm is to the east, so we should probably go east, right?
East would be behind you, be up.
Oh. Ah.
Yeah, the compass is tilted sideways. North is left, south is right.
Oh. So which way would Withelm be?
Well, I guess
If
they would be
if
to
this
the
is
left.
east,
No,
this would be east,
no,
right?
this is east.
That's
and
east.
And this is south.
Oh.
Yeah, it's because of the way you guys came in, and then I should have drawn it. Should have drawn it a different direction, but oh well. Basically, here Withelm is that way.
Alright. Well, Withelm is about that way. I point in character, so let's not go away from that direction.
Does somebody want to scout ahead? Who wants to take point?
First I want to. What is the ground made out of?
It's like I said, these caverns are basically like a drilled through rock, almost solid.
Is there
So
enough
it's like
dust
rock.
that I'd be able to see footprints?
Oh yeah, there's dust and debris and rocks and stuff. You want to look for
I would like
footprints?
to look for... Yes, please.
If it was drilled, is the surface flat or is it like a circle of the
dang it.
hole?
That one would be an investigation check, Alora.
Oh,
And
whoops.
before they get here, I'd like to listen for water.
Okay.
You ran up ahead?
Roll a perception check, Sam.
Oh, sweet, much better.
Okay, so Alora, you look down and you see you do see some footprints. You see a small set of footprints followed by two other sets of footprints, and they head down this corridor.
Do I see any going the other way, straight ahead? From where we are, do I see any that go towards that?
No.
Down. Okay.
No, if that place it's not well traveled. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha. Well, and I relay this. I say it looks like there's a few set of footprints, a small one and a few larger ones, heading towards the tunnels to the left. So perhaps we should go that way.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So you
I think
guys head
Sam
over.
made a check for listening to water, though.
Oh, that's right. And then Sam, you listen very carefully. Let's see, you got a 13. You don't hear water, but you do hear some kind of humming, like not like somebody humming, but like just kind of like kind of almost a magical hum. We'll put it that way.
I cast a message on Grandpa Willie, and I said, Grandpa Willie, I hear some humming towards this tunnel.
Grandpa Willie just responds back, "Would you stop doing that? We've got important things to do."
I assume we're all heading this way.
Yep. And Laura, I assume you're following Grandpa Willie wherever he
Yes.
goes. Okay.
Who do we want to have take point?
Well,
I'll
Sam
take the lead.
already took point by running ahead.
Okay, gotcha.
So, but you guys can form a
and
group.
what's lighting like in these tunnels?
So you guys have one torch, and that's all the light you have right now.
And Grandpa Willie's holding the torch.
Yes.
Who else has night vision?
I think just you, right?
Does the care? Because I know me and
No.
Grandpa Willie wouldn't.
Nope. And yeah, nope. Neither of you guys have. Okay. All right. So Sam, you look down that corridor, and you don't really see anything except more cave. But Alora, you do continue to see the footprints, the fresh prints that head this way, the fresh prints of Bel Air.
Careful, don't
Right.
spill more alcohol. on yourself.
I look at Marina and I say, Marina, there's humming down that hallway.
Does it sound like water?
No,
I think I should
that's
still take.
machinery.
What's a machine?
Do we not know what machinery is?
Only
That's the
machines. Only machines you've seen are the computer, basically, that you saw.
I don't think we know the word machine.
Yeah, I don't know. That's up to you guys to decide.
What would we
No,
call
you-
the drills that we know about? I mean, the pumps.
Yeah, I guess that would be a machine.
Well, we might be running into water ahead. Let me take the lead.
I bow and go give her the lead.
Okay. All right. So you guys continuing forward then?
Yep.
Okay. Grandpa
Yes.
Willie's behind you. Sakara, you bringing up the rear?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So as you guys continue to travel down this corridor, it turns to a 90-degree angle to the right, and so you guys are forced to go that direction. And then as you get down this way, let me reveal more of this. You see another cavern ahead, but now you all see it quite clearly as a blue, kind of bluish purplish light seems to be lighting up the walls ahead. So wrong tool. There we go. Over here, like you can see the walls at the back of this chamber ahead, and there's kind of just like a dancing bluish purple light.
Oh, guys, it's the blues light cell.
I'm gonna say quietly to Grandpa, kill the light.
Kill the light? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Doesn't put out the torch.
Oh, okay. Grandpa Willie takes the torch up and tries to blow on it, but it doesn't go out.
I create a small amount of water to put it out.
Okay. You put the water out or the fire out. Thank you, Marina.
All right, and let's all continue quietly. And I continue leading, kind of quietly walking forward.
Okay. All right, you get into that. As you get closer to that room, you don't see anything but more cave. Looks empty, but it's lit up with bluish purple light, and it gets stronger. The light gets stronger at that direction.
Is everyone following me?
I whispered to everybody, I think we should keep ourselves sneaky from now on. And
Grab one
I want to
token.
move stealthfully.
Okay, then go ahead and roll stealth checks. Everybody.
I'm a sneaky snake. Very sneaky snake.
19.
I am. Ooh. No, I'm kind of stealthy, not so much.
It's not too
You want
bad.
guidance? I don't think I can retroactively give you guidance. Never mind.
Nope. Too late. I don't think Sakara rolled.
How long does your guidance last?
Sakar?
Yeah, I'm having issues. Just fantasy grounds is freezing up on me.
I think guidance is just like isn't it just a one-time thing? Oh my god, the chip eating, dude.
I think it's.
I was just
free,
asking,
though.
like, once you cast it on someone, how long does that buff last?
Oh, it's just a per roll thing,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
basically.
All right, you guys are all sufficiently stealthy as you tiptoe through this corridor, and again, it gets brighter as you keep going.
We can't move our tokens anymore.
You can't?
I can.
Well, you can rotate it, but can you move it?
I can.
Yes.
Oh, I can't move mine.
It just
Sorry, you're
moved.
paralyzed now.
I see it moving.
Oh, now I can move it. That was weird.
Okay.
You stepped out on mine that turns you into a statue.
All right, you guys continue to tiptoe around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you roll another stealth check. Okay, you guys get to the end of this chamber, and you see some familiar faces. You see Naya, Dragthar, Horatia, and Moana, all in this mysterious blue purplish chamber. And we're gonna leave you guys there, and we're gonna jump over to Audavon and Violet.
Huh.
All right.
Alright,
So-
any info?
See, am I still popping through? Oh, cool. I am. Always have to check on that. So,
What's going on?
God.
What is happening? Hello?
PJ?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been able to hear you.
Okay. So, as Audubon is about to descend down the stairs, he has a second thought and looks to Violet. Wait just a moment. And he casts message on Violet so she can hear him. Pretty much telepathically.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to send another message through the channel that he had with Horatia and ask, where's the queen right now?
I'm not sure. Does this message work this way, where you just have open channels with
think so.
everybody?
I think you have to see them.
You have to be in sight, but she initiated the conversation.
Yeah, you can talk to
if she-
Horatia, but I don't think you can initiate contact with her. She has to initiate it with you.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So then, if that's the case, then I'm going to hold Violet back and I'm going to say, wait just a moment.
Okay.
There might be more eyes down on the second floor than we realize. And I'm going to wait to hear from Horatia.
Okay. A little bit of time goes by, and then she does chime in, and she says, Ottavan, the queen is moving chambers.
Excellent. So
She has left the main chamber. Her and her royal guard have proceeded down the south tunnel.
So I'm going to use disguise self, and I am going to disguise myself as Queen Nero.
Okay. Roll a wait, you don't need to do a performance on that. That's a spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the first time I did it, but you made me roll anyway, but it went okay.
No, didn't you use a disguise kit? I thought that's what you used the first time.
No, I used disguise self.
Oh, my bad. I heard disguise kit. That's why I had you roll.
Gotcha. I was wondering about that, but I thought, whatever.
Okay. So you now look like Queen Nero.
So I'm going to stealthily move down the stairs, and I'm going to advise Violet to keep about 20 yards behind me.
Okay.
That's like 60 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, keep a long distance behind me. 50 feet. 50 feet would probably be just perfect.
Okay, so you're going down these stairs.
Yep. Going down the stairs.
Okay.
And I'm going to go down and go onto the general's quarters. And on the general's quarters, there's a bunch of different offices and a bunch of different tunnels to barracks.
Ottavan, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear.
Abort the mission, Ottavan. We've got a problem.
What's going on?
Your friends, they've become distracted. Many have become distracted. Come.
Wait, what?
Let's see. Dragthar was with you, right?
Yeah, no, I sent Dragthar ahead over to the...
yeah, go the way Dragthar went. Go the way Dragthar went. He's here now.
Can I ask you, what's going on? Where's
Just
the queen?
abort mission. Moana
Okay.
out. And he cuts the communication.
Okay, I'm going to sneak in my guys back up the stairs and approach Violet.
I totally just said Moana instead of Manoa.
Manoa. I understood what you were saying.
I am Manoa.
Okay. I think we need to head directly to Kelthalot. Follow me. And I'm going to lead Violet to Kelthalot.
Okay, so you head back up this corridor here, which is where Dragthar went after you ordered him off. And you continue down this corridor. Come on. And there you go. And it goes for quite a ways, but eventually you arrive at a fork in the road. And basically you arrive where the other players were. And you are able to see a giant pile of debris to your left, basically over here. And a big hole leading up out of the ground. And then there is a tunnel to the right over here. And which is the way you recognize as Kelthalot to get there.
All right.
Okay. So you guys head this way, wary of the pile of debris coming through the ceiling over there. You make your way around here, and just like the others, you end up seeing the purple and blue light. You guys continue down the corridor.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue down the corridor. I'm more pissed off than anything that Manoa called my plan off, and I'm curious to see why, what his rationale was.
Okay, so I'm going to just jump you guys down all the way to this room. You round the corner, and you guys all run into each other in this very strange-looking room. Again, you guys see the map?
No.
Yeah, I see the planks. I see the.
There we go.
couple-
And now it's in.
Okay.
Mine hasn't quite loaded in. Oh, there it goes.
Whoa.
Okay, so
It's way bigger than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a tiny room.
well, the map is bigger, but it's actually I was thinking of this as more of a small room. I didn't realize the grid was so small. But yeah, so basically I was thinking you were probably like twice the size you are here. So pretend it's not quite as big, but it is still
You can
big.
you can probably just change the grid size, right?
It's drawn on the map.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, yes. I mean, I could change it, but then that wouldn't match with the lines. Okay, so you guys run in here, and Audavon, one of the first things you see is that you recognize all your friends, Zakar, Elora, Sam, Marina, and Grandpa Willie, all in here kind of staring in awe. And right in front of you also you see Horatia and Manoa just kind of tapping Manoa's tapping his foot with arms folded, and Horatia is just kind of standing there like she always seems to just be happy-go-lucky. She's happy wherever she is, so she's just kind of like just standing in place waiting patiently with a smile on her face. And Manoa is just definitely like something's wrong.
All right, I'm gonna look to Manoa and say, all right, what's going on, Manoa? Why'd you call me off my mission?
All your plans are going to shit. Everyone's being drawn here. There's energy coming from this chamber. There hasn't been energy here since while he was here. And then he points across the way, and you see Dragthar and Naya, and they're both standing in front of this really large, ancient-looking orb with ancient writing written on it. And then there's a computer system, just like the one you guys saw in that chamber where you turned the water back on, hooked up to it, like kind of embedded in the front of it.
I'm gonna roll my eyes. I'm gonna look to both of them and say, "This isn't where I told you to go."
And then you guys,
Naya, you're supposed to be along the Goliaths.
Elora, Sam, well, they can't, you're far away from them. Naya and Dragthar, they're way over here. You see them over there?
I cast message on Jackthorn and go, "It's okay, Paratash is here."
You're too far away to do that.
Okay.
Am I too far away to cast message as well?
Yes, yeah, you're pretty far away. You got to cross a couple gaps and stuff to get there. But you, Marina, Sam, Elora, Zakar, and Grandpa Willie, you guys all turn and see Audavon and Violet and Audavon's Dominion diplomat friends or spy friends.
What are you guys all doing here?
I could ask you the same question. This
We were
isn't where I expected to find the water.
We were looking for the pump stuff, but we ended up here.
We know that is Autobahn.
I should have given you a step-by-step. What's going on over there with them? And I point over to Dragthar and Naya.
I don't know. We
They
just
were
got
with
here.
you.
Yeah, they were supposed to go to Kel'Thalat, but this isn't Kel'Thalat.
One second. Let's see here. Okay. All right, so as you guys are talking, all of a sudden, you guys see a very large image form. It basically out of thin air, just kind of ripples into view across the way in front of Dragthar and Naya. And you all recognize Sam as Piratesh's image appears very large as she appears over the top of them, she's kind of bent down looking at them, and she just says, "Dragthar, you have returned." And that is where we're going to leave it for this week.
What? And we're just going to go straight into individual sessions?
Yep. You'll see.
There's nothing else that has to play out here?
Nope.
Wow.
That's it. You guys just had to end up here in this chamber today.
Weird.
Unexpected. All right, awesome game, guys.
Yep.
Well,
I think you guys will enjoy what's up next.
I hope she didn't take personally me doubting that she was an actual goddess.
oh, dude, she's gonna send you to like their equivalent of hell, dude. You're fucked. But the rest of your friends, maybe they have a chance.
No, she's gonna kill Grandpa Willie.
We still have no proof that she's a goddess yet.
Well, yeah, but even if she's not actually a goddess, she seems to have some sort of power if she's able to form that big.
Did somebody leave?
Did someone leave?
Yeah, PJ left.
Oh.
That was quick.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that I'm the first session, because I need to know what's happening as soon as possible.
Yeah, I kind of forced us here a little bit because I'm getting tired, but yeah, so it's okay. You guys, your Dominion plans will be fine, and you guys can continue that. But in the meantime, you're going on a little bit of an adventure.
Most
Go on an
excellent.
adventure!
Most excellent, guys.
Okay,
Kenny-
who ate the shrooms?
I most
Who touched
certainly
Fuzzy?
did. Did anybody else?
I shouldn't probably eat the shrooms.
Well, have a good night, everybody. It's been awesome. I gotta go, or I'm gonna. No, this is the perfect time for me to take off. So, I'll see y'all later.
See ya.
Good night.
Thanks, guys. I hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, I'm glad. I've been going through D&D withdrawal.
I think I'm gonna go for now too.
I'll see
Okay.
you later. Thank you very much.
Yep. Have a good night, Bryn.
Good night.
Good night. So Monday at 5, huh?
Yep. Anyone have any theories? I always like hearing what you guys think.
Paratesh, for whatever reason, isn't happy and is going to scatter us in some other dimension.
That's a good guess.
Paratesh is gonna marry Devil Boy.
He wishes.
Yeah, he does.
From what we can put together, things didn't work out too well for her previous marriage, though.
Considering she forgot all about him.
Yeah, she forgot about them in the same way Casey Anthony forgot about her kids, I'm sure.
Why did you have to bring that up? That's depressing.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Chef. Unless I'm literally in the middle of something at the time, I'm good to go literally whenever.
You can go right now if you want to.
No,
That's
because
what
I
she
do need to
said.
sleep.
I'm way too tired. I'm starting to. I was like, ugh. I was gonna let you guys go a little bit longer, but
Are you too tired or are you too drunk?
I never got any alcohol. It all spilled all over me.
You didn't absorb it.
He absorbed it through osmosis.
Yeah.
He's been licking at his shirt this whole time.
Wringing it out onto my tongue.
I mean, you were already so drunk that you happened to spill it on yourself.
What about you, Mirama? Any theories?
I'm thinking. I don't know yet.
I see that not everyone has.
Do I hear
Signed
a
up for
fuss
time.
up there?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see if she'll chill out, but I'm pretty sure it's a Binku fuss.
I still think that we're in a simulated world.
I mean, that's becoming more and more likely. It feels like.
A simulated world?
Yeah.
Like
Especially
a holodeck or something?
More like simulation theory.
MMORPG.
Or like
Well,
the
just,
Matrix, you mean?
Matrix, but with no humans. We're just all NPCs.
I mean, it could also be a concept very similar to like a ring world or something like that.
That's a good
Because
question.
we've seen some indication that could be it too.
You mean like Mirima's, were you here when Mirima shared her theory that it's a Dyson sphere?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like some type of.
I liked that guess.
But a Dyson sphere, you wouldn't see stars on the inside of it if you were looking out.
I mean, it could be both a sphere and
You don't
simulation
see
world.
stars. The sun's always overhead, remember?
And that porthole was technically like the opposite way of the sun is.
Right, because it's underground.
True.
Someone use a command block to freeze time.
I mean, that's the most logical solution. It's got to be a command block.
Yeah, this thing in front of us is just a giant command block.
All right,
Well,
I got to get
that's
going because
more-
I got a fussy baby.
Okay.
All right.
Good
Have a good
night.
one.
Good night.
Bye-bye, guys.
But
I hope it didn't feel
Chev.
too on rails today, as I kind of had to force it at the end there to get us in here.
that's fine. But I'm wondering if you're laughing because we're closer to the point that you think, or closer than you would expect us to think, and that makes you chuckle.
Oh, no, I just like the theories. I like hearing them.
So here's a question that I don't know if the answer.
I wouldn't tell you if you were close or not. I think I actually already... One of you is close to on something. So
I
will tell
probably
you
answer
that.
this without spoilers, but are we perceiving faster than our last campaign?
A little bit, yeah, because I want us to actually get through some cool story points before the end of the year. Whereas Echoverse, we kind of... I think it was a little bit of my... a little bit of the way I drove the plot, too, where time kept resetting and stuff.
I think
Made
that's
it
a
little-
really cool idea in general for a campaign.
What? The time resetting?
Yeah, it's like a little Majora's Mask.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of the thing I had in mind was Majora's Mask or kind of like a Groundhog Day kind of thing.
I could
Actually,
imagine
the
every-
biggest inspiration was from that movie Live, Die, Repeat. You see that one?
Who's in it?
You've not seen that, Benson?
I haven't seen many movies.
Oh, you should totally watch that. I think you'd like it.
What's it on?
I think it was on Netflix at the time, but let me look. Have you seen it, Rainbow?
I haven't. I don't think I have.
Oh, it's a good... I love time travel type movies, and it's a good one. Live, Die, Repeat. It's also called Edge of Tomorrow, and some places they call it a different name.
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow. That's one with Tom Cruise, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Every time the time loop reset in Echoverse, I just always kept thinking of the clock town theme, which is weird because I've never even played Majora's Mask. Just
That's the Zelda I played the most of. I loved it. I loved becoming the little Deku Link.
I thought it was really amusing how Lulu wasn't even with the group at the end of each reset. Each reset, they had to go back and find her. A transformation mask, she is not. You do not get to keep Lulu.
Looks like it's on the USA Network.
Well, are you gonna force me to watch it as homework?
Yeah, that's the assignment. If you don't do it, you can get all critical ones.
Chev,
What?
are you gonna assign me watching it as homework? If it'll bring me closer to the solo campaign, I'll do it.
Yeah. Go find Edge of Tomorrow and watch it.
Alright, send me that in a DM to remind me.
Okay. Let's see.
You won't remember in the morning because he's too drunk.
Bunsen. Go watch Edge of Tomorrow. Might be called Live, Die, Repeat. It goes by both those names. They like tried to rename it or something halfway through. This is a new phone we did. And so like some places have it as Edge of Tomorrow and some have it as Live Die Repeat.
All right. Not live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah, if Marina finds a good excuse and she has some other name in mind, she wouldn't hesitate to change the name, I don't think. It would have to be a good excuse, though, because otherwise she would feel bad for choosing the name that the queen herself chose.
Mm-hmm.
Is the queen named Karen?
Yes.
Is it?
You guys know the queen's name already.
I forgot.
Neril.
Here. Might steal the idea of a time loop like Majora's Mask for my family campaign. I'm planning to run a family campaign for my family sometime soon. I don't know if it'll be the overarching idea, but maybe for an arc of the campaign. That could be a fun idea.
Well, I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah,
Good
me
night,
too.
Boris.
Good night, everyone.
You're not jumping off too, Bunsen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna jump off too.
See
All
ya.
right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Two a.m. Alright, I got plenty of time then. Yeah, I think that sounds good. Get some food, and then we'll do some Fantasy Grounds College. Sounds like a fun night. Let's see. Okay. I'll just leave this. Oh, we're still streaming.